surface of the island is dead tall. Insecticide answers the call. Undead hordes don't know what's real. Our strength and might they can feel. Flames and fangs, the dead won't stop. Guts and glory, bodies drop. Brains and brawn in every move. Tactics and fire we prove. Flames and fangs, the dead won't stop. Guts and glory, bodies drop. Brains and brawn in every move. Tactics and fire we prove. Flames and fangs. Celestine, second in command of the insecticide on focus. Skull Island was always bright like daylight. He's the voice behind. Vigilante cloaking mind by night. He fights their kind. In the shadows he's blind. Night of the sky. Killing everyone. He don't stop till it's done. Vigilante on the run. In the alleys where they crawl, slice and dice, he stands tall till the zombie sees the walls, demolishing the brawl. Desperation in their eyes, Marcellus never sympathize. From the dark he will arise, watch him fall, hear the cry of the sky. Killing everyone. He don't stop till it's done. Vigilante on the run. In the alleys where they crawl, slice and dice, he stands tall.
Welcome everybody to the Kingdom of Gaming. It is your boy, gracious ruler and host, Marcellus Knight, one half of NGW's Tag Team Champions. What's going on, everybody? How is everybody's Monday? How was everybody's weekend? What's good? What's really good? So, today we got another anomaly game for y'all. And it's a new one. Thanks to the devs and Keymailer once again, which is where I'm getting a lot of these games to play for you guys and test them out for the devs at the same time. What's good, Half Pint? How you doing? Welcome in. How was your day today? Hey, Rebel, what's going on? How was your day today? You're sore and burnt. From the weekend? Was you out at the pool all day? You forgot sunscreen Sunday? Son of Savage, what's going on? Fireworks. Everybody know we love fireworks around here. You're doing good. Your day's been okay. Your weekend was okay. Signs of your computer crashing. Oh, no. That's muy mal. No bueno. No bueno. Oh, man. But I hope your computer gets what it needs to get fixed pretty soon. Nobody likes having a computer down, especially when you stream. So, today, we got a new one for you guys. It is called the Anomaly Experiment. And we are going to be, I guess, looking for anomalies. I'm not too sure about it. Like I said, the devs and Keymailer, that's what's up. Don't get distracted and make sure your homework is good. But the devs and Keymailer were gracious enough to give me a key to play this game for free. So we're going to play it. We're going to see what the hype is. Your computer is doing fine now. You did go down while you were streaming. Oh, man. That sucks. I've had that happen on a few occasions, and it pisses me off. Almost makes me not want to stream after that. So, with that being said, you guys, we are going to get in where we fit in because we in there like small underwear. We're going to show up and show out today. And hopefully, it's got 3 levels to this. Hopefully, we get through all 3 levels. And we're going to make it do what it do. You know how it is. So, you guys ready to do this? Because I'm ready. I'm ready and I'm nervous at the same time. Because I don't know what we're in store for. So, we're just going to go ahead and da 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 da. Yeah, but it was a 72-hour stream you was working on and you think 20 something out. Oh, man. Did it overheat or something? So let's go ahead and get it going. Oh, man. So, are you guys ready? Because I'm ready. Doing last final touches. You don't think it overheated? Okay. Well, I don't know. I have no clue what. I don't. Do you know what it could have been? All right. So, let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Ugh. You know what? I think we gonna play this one without a face cam. That way you guys can see the whole screen. Hey, little mama, what's going on? Uh, I figured we play this one full screen without the face cam. That way y'all can see all of it and possibly catch something in that bottom corner. Because if there's something in that bottom corner and y'all don't see it, you ain't gonna know it's there, right? How y'all supposed to help? Your PC froze on you. That's pretty much all it did. I'm sorry, Rebel. That sucks all the way around. Go ahead and get you guys these shout outs while we figure out these options. Yo, just cause. What's going on, my dude? Oh, appreciate it. I appreciate it, my friend. So, Rebel, are you going to end up getting you another PC soon, or are you just going to try to uh, figure out what's causing it to freeze and just update that? All right, let's go ahead and get these anomalies going. Oh, wait, I forgot to give Rebel his shout out. Booyah, there you go. All right, Rebel's got his shout out. Let's go ahead and give a shout out. Dart what's going on? Son of Savage. Let's see, we got Little Mama, aka Little Mama all day. And we got Dardar in the building. Hey, I said, hey, 90 and a ho ho ho. Marianne Savage, the mother of Son of Savage. How was your Mother's Day, Marianne? And Lil Mama, how was your Mother's Day? All right, my lovely, lovely people. Welcome in to the game of the evening. Let's go ahead and get. Ooh, field of view. Huh. We'll leave that at 65 right now. Run game in the background. All right, that works. We're going to leave it full screen. No VSync. Hell, we can turn the VSync on. Ultra, upscalers, brightness, we're good. Volumetric fog. Ooh. Should we leave the fog on? Because disabling it will improve the performance. We're definitely turning motion blur off for all you people that get motion sick. Half Pint said, Lil Monroe, that sucks. I'm sorry you keep it in the split/sling. I'm telling you, putting Dardar in a bubble. It's all right, Dardar. We understand people get busy. Not everybody can make it to every podcast we do on Tuesday. But, I mean, hey, we got it going. So, you're always welcome. We're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it alive. That's how we do it. So, you guys are welcome anytime to come on in because we will be there. You should let you get motion sick so that you don't have to go to school. Well, Son of Savage, here's the thing. Motion sickness only lasts for a few minutes to an hour or so. So you'll still have to go to school tomorrow morning. Sab! We butt touching? Always, Sab. You know I gotta touch somebody's butt. But with consent, though. If they say I can do it, I'll do it. You know I will. All right. So, let's get things cracking. Boop. All right. So, audio. Is the volume good for you guys? Everything's good. All right, let's see what. All right, so mouse sensitivity. Ooh. Forward, backwards, interact, left mouse. Headlamp F, put item down E. And pause menu. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get this started. Because you got to leave at 7 because of a field trip tomorrow to Springfield. Got to wake up early. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, have fun. What you know about that CNC? That is fun. If you're on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on. You know I'm on YouTube, Dardar. I stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Half pint don't start nothing you won't let me finish. Your YouTube has been messing up. All right, let's go ahead and get it going. All right, so standard difficulty determines if there is an anomaly in the room or not. 8 correct answers in a row to complete a room. 1 mistake is allowed. Damn, just 1? 7 total threats to encounter. Threats always kill you if not handled correctly. Oh, y'all, we gonna die. We gonna die. All right, so let's not die. All right, and then hard difficulty. Determine if anomaly is in the room and how many there are in the room. No mistakes allowed. Threats are active more often and harder to survive. Multiple threats can be active at one time. New anomalies that are more difficult to find. Sorry, you got your eyes on someone else, so I don't see anyone else but that person I got a crush on. Ha! Well, that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to have roaming eyes. All right, so the cabin is the first room. There's 3 rooms altogether. And to unlock the other rooms, we have to complete the first room. So let's go ahead and hit on this cabin in the woods. What spots changed? Use your eyes. Nothing here yet. What a surprise. Pioneering the next evolution, human potential. All right, here we go, everybody. Grasshopper's fault. What's good? Uh-oh. Welcome, participant 1547. Because you deserve more than nature intended. I wonder, do the cameras follow you? Oh, shit, the cameras do follow you. Ha! All right, bet. All right, let's see what they say. Please listen to the audio message provided. Uh-oh. Dardar, do you have your sling on? Dardar, why would you give away that name? Little Monroe. Yes. Oh, shit, we gonna be alone. Yep. Okay. Oh. Do y'all need to hear that again? Hold on. All right. What? Let's do it again.
Athrian Biotech welcomes you, valued participant. You have been selected to participate in an extraordinary experiment. During this experiment, you will be completely alone in the testing rooms. We will be monitoring your progress through the cameras in the room.
Y'all should be able to hear it now. I turned it up.
3 different testing rooms and submitting your findings. Each room will require you to submit your findings correctly 8 times for your experiment to be completed. Failure to complete your room will terminate your contract. During the experiment, please be on the lookout for the following: objects that are moved location, rotated, or have disappeared, new objects, scenery, or atmospheric differences.
You know what? Fuck. All right. There we go.
Changes in lighting, particle effects, or sounds.
Is it still low?
Finally, any visual impairments such as blurred vision, seeing dots, or seeing trails when turning your head.
I heard the gunshots. All right. How was the game sound on that, y'all? Or do I need to play it one more time? It was good. You're good. All right. Sounded good. Little mama, what didn't go off? Oh, the gun. All right. Let's do it. It said grab the headlamp. Where's the headlamp? Anybody see the headlamp? Oh. All right. Expanding the boundaries of human perception. The fuck was that? What noise? What was that? Hey, a bunny. Oh, hell no. I'm hearing shit already. All right, here we go. Oh, shit. Ah, let me out. Help. Help me. Yeah. All right. Town. Bad. All right. What's that timer for? All right. So one candle up there. Pillow. A milk container. What's over here? Nothing on this shelf. Hey, a tub. A spittoon. All right, so We got thunder and stuff. Candle. Green towel. Green chair. Owen Wilson in Shanghai Nights. Picture of a saloon. Fireplace. Ooh, a gun. Can I pick up this gun? Shit, I can't. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Oh, okay. Alright. So, 4 random logs on the log carrier. Ooh, they playing dominoes. And a revolver. Alright, we're gonna have to remember what kind of dominoes. So 1, 2, 1, 5, double 4s. This is gonna be a pain in the ass, I guarantee you. 5, 6, 3, 6, 2, 6, 5 blank, double blanks. 6 blank on the end, double 5s. Hey, they got 10 points already. I bet you the double 2s was the spinner. Remember where that gun is for the scary guy. I can't pick that gun up. I wish I could. There is no level on the heating pad. The longer you hold it, the more it heats up. Alright. Bag under there. Nothing on the stove. A bucket. 4 bags there. Flowers. Lightning and shits. 2 jugs. Nothing on the bag. 2 cabinets. Well, 4 little cabinets. 2 big ones. I don't... Which heating pad are you talking about? Hey, camera guy! Alright. Alright, we got a wooden spatula and a wooden spoon. 3 plates, 2 fucks, 2 spoons, a cup, a kettle, cutting board. Alright. Another spittoon. High noon shootout, because that's usually where they do it. Alright. What does the block say? What did the block say? B blank S blank blank L blank O. Oh. There's an L on the front of that. There's an A on the front of that one. There's an L on the front of that one. I don't remember. I think it's, if it has a rotating dial, don't turn it all the way up. But if it's just the click on and off, it heats up the longer you hold it. So then you let it go and you let it sit. Alright, daughter. Talk to you later. Speakers. Camera. Box. You know what? I didn't check this at all. Shit. Shit. Stop it. Okay. 2 milk things, lantern, jug. What does this do? Does that close the door? What the hell? I didn't notice any of that because it was the first time. So, uh, no. Hey, I got it correct. All right. We got to do this 8 times, y'all. Okay, well. All right. Was that lantern green? Fuck me. Gun, 4, saloon. Was the chair green? Shh. Shanghai Knights, howdy doody. I mean, there's lightning. Oh, it's a poker game now. And old boy got a flush. Good job. Oh, we can't run or nothing? All right. So, yes. All right. So, we got this going. And let's roll. Oh, don't tell me the game froze. Oh, okay. Oh, hell no! The fuck? Oh, no, no. Ooh, that just gave me chicken skin. Ooh! I'm not going forward. Can I? No! No! How do I? No! 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 Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay. No. Is that damn thing still there? He's still there! How do I make him go away? Throw a croissant at it? Fuck you mean I gotta go forward? Don't tell me what to do. He just wants a hug. Sergeant Toast, welcome in to the Kingdom of Gaming. First time chatter. I don't want to give that thing a hug. Pet it. How about I boop its snoot? You know what? I ain't scared. Hey. Okay, where'd you go? Where'd you go? This is Serenity. Okay. Alright, where's that gun at? Dude! Bruh! I'm telling you! Bruh, it's gonna be like that. I'm telling you it's gonna be like that. Let me get this gun. Let me get this gun. I swear. Peel your cap back. Got something hot and ready for you. And I ain't talking about Little Caesars either. Alright, you know what? No. No. It's smiling, it's happy. Stop, you can drop your crystal. Sergeant Toast is your sister. Welcome in anyway, Sergeant Toast. Hell yeah, there was something different in there. He sounded like he had asthma. Alright, so don't put pants on, in fact, take them off more. Sam. I'm telling y'all, they gave me, first seeing him, they gave me a little, I was totally expecting him to grab me or do something. You know what, he probably won't be so nice next time. Alright, that's still green. Alright, that's Domino's again. Gun, saloon. Empty tub, spittoon. I don't remember what that picture was. Was it always a picture of a road and a lake? Fucking howdy doody over here. I want that gun. I want this revolver. Honestly, I want all of it. Alright. Lightning is still going. Flowers. Hey, there's an egg in there now. Okay. Yay! We're on number 5. Alright. I tell you what, I kind of want to know what happens if we don't get one correct. What happens? I kind of want to know. However, I don't want to know at the same time. Eat fresh urine? What? Yeah, I can see this getting really difficult as well. However, with us playing these anomaly games as much as we do, I can kind of see uh I can kind of see that we can find some of the easier stuff cuz we now know kind of what to look for. So it'll be a little bit easier to, point it out since we've been through a few anomaly games before. Hell, is GamerDad streaming right now? Oh, excuse me. Everybody's streaming.
I should have screen recorded us playing Little Nightmares, but Hold on. Marcellus, we're about to do story time.
I know. That's why I hopped on the phone and I was like, "Oh, I'm a co-host with you while I'm playing the game and you doing the story time."
Oh, okay, bet.
All right.
We were waiting for one more person, but I don't know if he's gonna come. Yeah, Dan says, what game are you playing?
I am playing a new game that the developers sent me to test and play for them. It's called The Anomaly Experiment.
Ooh, that sounds good. I don't even know what it's about.
It's a horror game where you got to go through and find what's different in the room each time, and you could get killed.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, Mushy, should we just go back? We were only like a page into chapter 7. Should we just go back and restart chapter 7? Okay. So, alright, Stanley's at the place. This is his first day of work, I'm pretty sure. Okay, chapter 7.
Oop.
Stanley Yelnats. We're reading holes. Alright. The shovel felt heavy in Stanley's soft, fleshy hands. He tried to jam it into the earth, but the blade banged against the ground and bounced off without making a dent. The vibrations ran up the shaft of the shovel and into Stanley's wrists, making his bones rattle. It was still dark. The only light came from the moon and the stars. More stars than Stanley had. He brought the shovel back down into the dry lake bed. The force stung his hands but made no impression on the earth. He wondered if he had a defective shovel. He glanced at Zero about 15 feet away, who scooped out a shovelful of dirt and dumped it on a pile that was already almost a foot tall. For breakfast, they'd been served some kind of lukewarm cereal. The best part was the orange juice. They each got a pint carton. The cereal actually didn't taste too bad, but it had smelled just like his cot. Then they filled their canteens, got their shovels, and were marched out across the lake. Each group was assigned a different area.
Hey.
The shovels were kept in a shed near the shower. They all looked the same to Stanley, although X-Ray had his own special shovel, which no one else
Thank you for the follow, Sergeant Toast.
X-Ray claimed it was shorter than the others, but if it was only by a fraction of an inch.
Serena.
The shovels were 5 feet long, from the tip of the steel blade to the end of the wooden shaft.
Serena Black
Stanley's
is reading,
hole would have to be as deep
and
as
she's
the
reading a
shovel,
book called
and would have
Holes.
to be able to lay the shovel flat across the bottom in any direction. That was why X-Ray wanted the shortest shovel.
I'm trying to
The
see
lake was so
something.
full of holes and mounds that it reminded Stanley of pictures he's seen of the moon. If you find anything interesting or unusual, Mr. Pandensky told him, you should report it to either me or Mr. Sir when we come around with the water truck. If the warden likes what you found, you'll get the rest of the day off. What are we supposed to be looking for? Stanley asked him. You're not looking for anything.
That's a good book and movie. Yeah, the graphics are wonderful in this. I don't hear. Can y'all still hear her? Okay. I'm trying to get it to where y'all can hear the game and not just her.
Elia went to her father to ask for her hand, but so did Igor Barkov, the pig
Okay,
farmer.
that's back to where you can hear
Igor
her
was
again.
57 years old. He had a red nose and fat, puffy cheeks. I will trade you my fattest pig for your daughter, Igor offered. And what have you got? Myra's father asked Elia. A heart full of love, said Elia. I'd rather have a fat pig, said Myra's father. Desperate, Elia went to see Madame
I gotta try
Zeroni,
to
an old
remember
Egyptian woman who lived on the edge of town.
how to do
He
it
had
to
become friends
where.
with her, though she was quite a bit older than him. She was even older than Igor Barkov. The other boys of his village liked to mud
No,
wrestle.
I'm not having
Elia
any
preferred
internet
visiting Madame
issues.
Zeroni and listening to her many stories. Madame Zeroni had dark skin and a very wide mouth, and when she looked at you, her eyes seemed to expand, and you felt like she was looking right through you. Elia, what's wrong? She asked, before he even told her. She had no left foot. Her leg stopped at her ankle.
No left
I'm
foot.
in love with Myra Menke, Elia confessed.
I
But
can't.
Igor Barkov has offered to trade his fattest pig for her, and I can't compete with that. Good, said Madame Zeroni. You're too young to get married. You've got your whole life ahead of you. But I love Myra. Myra's head is as empty as a flower pot. But she's beautiful. So is a flower pot. Can she push a plow? Can she milk a goat? No, she is too delicate. Can she have an intelligent conversation? No, she is silly and foolish.
Ah.
Will she take care of you when you are sick? No, she is
Alright.
spoiled and
Well, let's keep the game going.
will only want you to take care of her. So she is beautiful. So what? And then Madame Zeroni spat onto the dirt. She told Elia that he should go to America. Like my son, that's where your future lies, not with Myra Menke. But Elia would hear none of that. He was 15, and all he could see was Myra's shallow beauty.
Okay.
Madame Zeroni hated to see Elia so forlorn. Against her better judgment, she agreed to help him. It just so happens my sow gave birth to a litter of piglets yesterday.
Okay.
She said.
Lightning.
There is one little runt whom she won't suckle. You may have him. He would die anyway. Madame Zeroni led Elia around the back of her house
Howdy
where she
doody.
kept her pigs. Elia took the tiny piglet, but he didn't see what good it would do him. It wasn't much bigger than a rat. He'll grow, Madame Zeroni assured him. Do you see that mountain on the edge of the forest? Yes, said Elia. On top of that mountain, there's a stream where the water runs uphill. You must carry the piglet every day to the top of the
Bucket is
mountain and let
empty.
it drink from the stream. As it drinks, you must sing to him.
I don't remember if that bucket was empty the whole time.
She taught Elia a special song to sing to the pig. On the day of Myra's 15th birthday, you should carry the pig up the mountain for the last time, and then take it directly to Myra's father. It will be fatter than any of Igor's pigs. If it is that big and fat, asked Elia, how will I be able to carry it up the mountain?
Was that cup there?
The
I don't
piglet
remember
is
that
not
cup
too
being
heavy
there.
for you now, is it? Asked Madame Zeroni. Of course not, said Elia. Do you think it will be too heavy for you tomorrow?
I only
No.
remember one cup, to be
Every
completely
day you
honest.
carry the pig up the mountain. It will get a little bigger, and you will get a little stronger. After you give the pig to Myra's father, I want you to do one more thing for me. Anything, said Elia. I want you to carry me up the mountain. I want to drink from the stream, and I want you to sing the song to me.
BLS
Elia promised he would.
blank
Madame Zeroni warned that if he failed to do
A
this, he and his descendants would be doomed
L
for
O.
all eternity. At the time, Elia
Is
thought
that
nothing of the curse. He was
bless
just a 15-year-old kid, and
Olo?
eternity didn't seem much longer than a week from Tuesday. Besides, he liked Madame Zeroni, and he would be glad to carry her up the mountain. He would have done it right then and there, but he wasn't yet strong enough. Stanley was still digging. His hole was about 3 feet deep, and only in the center. It sloped
I bet his
upward
hole
3
was
inches.
only 3 feet
The
deep.
sun had only just come up
Giggity.
over the horizon, but he could already
Okay.
feel its hot rays
I-
against his face.
Don't see anything different.
Jake, is he still in here? Bet.
Alright,
As
what do
he
y'all
reached
think?
down to pick up his canteen, he felt a sudden rush of dizziness and put his hands on his knees to steady himself. For a moment, he was afraid he would throw up, but the moment passed. He drank the last drop of water from his canteen. He had blisters on every one of his fingers, and one in the center of each palm. Everyone else's hole was a lot deeper than his. He couldn't actually see their holes, but he could tell by the size of their dirt piles. He saw a cloud of dust moving across the wasteland and noticed that the other boys had stopped digging.
I don't remember the rain.
The dirt cloud moved closer.
Yeah,
and he
all
could
the
see
cameras move.
It trailed behind a red pickup truck.
See?
The truck stopped near where they were digging.
Because they're following me to see if I'm,
Zero with
you
a
know,
wheel.
what
Stanley got in
happens.
line behind Zero. Mr. Sir filled up each of their canteens
Tell you the
from
truth,
a tank
I
of
don't-
water in the bed of the pickup.
It
As he took
sounds
Stanley's
like
canteen from him, he said, "This isn't Girl Scouts, is it?"
the
Stanley
rain
raised
is
and
off.
lowered one shoulder. Mr. Sir followed
I hear the
him
lightning
into his hole and saw how he was
and
doing.
the thunder.
"You better get with it," he said, "or else you're going to be digging in the hottest part of the day." He popped some sunflower seeds into his
I
mouth,
feel like the
deftly
sound
removed
was
the shell with his
different.
teeth, and spat them into Stanley's hole.
See, sound
Every day,
or
Elliot
room
carried the
ambience
little
changes.
piglet up the mountain and sang to it as it drank from the
I
stream.
feel like the sound was
As the
different.
pig grew fatter, Elliot grew stronger. On the day of Myra's 15th birthday,
It was
Elliot's
kind of like
pig
a
weighed over
hum.
50 stones. Madame Zeroni had told him to carry the pig up the mountain on that day as well, but Elliot didn't want to present himself to Myra smelling like a pig.
And
Instead, he took a bath. It was his second bath in less than a week. Then he led the pig to Myra's. Igor Barkov was there with his
oh
pig.
no, that was wrong.
"These are two of the finest pigs I've ever seen," Myra's father declared. He was also impressed with Elia, who seemed to have
Oh.
gotten bigger and stronger in the last 2 months.
Well,
"I
that
used
sucked.
to think you were a good-for-nothing book reader," he said, "but now I see that you could be an excellent mud wrestler." "May I marry your daughter?" Elia boldly asked. "First, I must weigh the pigs."
The fuck?
How am I here? Sorry, What did you tell? Is Ariel in your stream, Marcellus?
I don't see Ariel in here.
She just texted me and said you're doing book reads now. LOL.
Well, I know Phoenix and Savage's wife is in here, so they all talk. So they might have said that she
They
told.
probably told me. That's funny as fuck. No, my chat loves it. They request it. They got in my chat earlier today and was like, "You didn't read, did you?" And I was like, "No, I wouldn't read without y'all."
So does this mannequin count? Because that mannequin wasn't there before. We gonna die. We're gonna
If it
die,
was,
y'all.
yeah, if it wasn't there before, I would be I'd be sketchy about it. Let me see. Okay.
Oh shit!
That was tragic. Oh my god. Oh, Mushy, let me, I forgot I gotta merge my chats. Great.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I died.
Just a little bit. I'm gonna go get my vape real quick. Just died a little bit.
Yeah, I died a little bit IRL too. Hold on now.
For real.
How am I supposed to get past the damn thing? The door don't. Oh my goodness. Now I got to start over. Fuck.
Oh, that's trouble. Let me find where I was at.
Oh, my babe's dying too, bro.
You just got through talking about mud wrestling and wanting to marry the daughter.
Yep, okay, bet. Let's bring my vape in.
Oh, my heart.
Let's see. He
Yeah.
said, "First, I must weigh the pigs." Alas, poor Elliot.
Ariel,
Mountain one last time.
fucking mannequin killed me.
Exactly the same. Stanley's blisters had ripped open and new blisters formed. He kept changing his grip on the shovel to try to avoid the pain.
Okay, it's 7
He
total
removed his
threats.
cap and held it between the shaft of his shovel and his raw hands. This helped, but digging was harder because.
Fuck you mean if not handled correctly? How in the hell was I supposed to
head and neck.
handle that threat?
Though he tried to convince himself otherwise, he'd been aware for a while.
Oh no, Ariel, Serena's reading.
Piles were outside
And
the
she's
front
reading
door,
the whole
but he could
book
see
Holes.
he was trying to run out
And
of
she
time.
asked where she was.
Still, he pretended otherwise and kept adding more dirt to the piles that he would eventually have to move. The problem was that when the dirt.
How are you
was
supposed to
ground,
handle?
it expanded when it was excavated. The piles were a lot bigger than his hole was deep. It was either now or later.
Giggity.
Shut up. Reluctantly, he climbed up out of the hole and once again dug his shovel into his previous dug dirt. God, I hate when it keeps switching back and forth. That's tragic. Myra's father got down on his hands and knees and closely examined each pig, tail to snout. "Those are the two of the finest pigs I've ever seen," he said at last. "How am I to decide? I only have one daughter." "Why not let Myra decide?" suggested Elia.
Yeah, we were mushy.
"Shut up, Mushy." "That's preposterous," exclaimed Igor, expelling saliva as he spoke. "Myra is just an empty-headed girl," said her father. "How can she possibly decide when I, her father, can't?"
Why isn't it?
"She knows how she feels in her heart," said Elia. Myra's father rubbed his chin. Then he laughed and said, "Why not?" He slapped Elia on the back. "It doesn't matter to me. A pig's a pig."
Okay.
He summoned his daughter.
All right, let's try this again, y'all.
Elia blushed when Myra entered the room.
His teeth
Good afternoon,
asshole.
Myra.
Yeah, he
She said.
did.
She looked at him. You're Elia, right? She asked.
Do I still got my headlamp?
Myra,
All right.
said her father. Elia and Igor have each offered a pig for your hand in marriage. It doesn't matter to me. A pig is a pig. So I will let you make the choice. Whom do you wish to marry? Myra
No more
repeated.
mannequins, damn it.
You want me to decide? That's right, my blossom, said her father.
20 seconds.
Gee, I don't know, said Myra. Which pig weighs more? They both weigh the same, said her father. Golly, said Myra. I guess I choose Elia. No, Igor. No, Elia. No, Igor. Oh, I know. I'll think of a number between 1 and 10. Hell no.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Damn, dude has no
I'll
standards.
marry whoever guesses the closest number. Okay, I'm ready.
I mean,
10.
I was gonna say some women
Elia
turn
said
into
nothing.
pigs after they get married, so
Elia, said Myra.
I guess he's starting
What
off
number
on
do
a
you
bad
guess?
foot to begin with.
Elia didn't take a number.
She's a pig
Marry
before they
Igor,
get married.
he muttered.
Guess it
You
can't
can
go
keep my
nowhere else but up.
The next time the water truck came, it was driven by Mr. Pendansky, who also brought sack lunches. Stanley sat with his back against a pile of dirt and ate. He had
BLS
a bologna
blank.
sandwich, potato chips, and a large chocolate chip cookie. How you doing? asked Magnet.
AL.
Not real good, said Stanley. Well, the first hole's the hardest, Magnet said. Stanley took a
One of
long, deep
those,
breath.
it was not.
He couldn't afford to dawdle. He was way behind the others, and the sun just kept getting hotter.
I have
It
no
wasn't
clue.
even noon yet.
I've never read the
He
book
didn't even know
Holes.
if he had the strength to stand up. He thought about quitting.
One of these letters is not like the others.
What could they do to him? His clothes were soaked with sweat. In school, he had learned that sweating was good for you. It was nature's way of keeping you cool. So why was he so hot?
You know what? I think the letters are different.
Using his shovel for support, he managed to get to his feet. Where are we supposed to go to the bathroom? He asked Magnet. Magnet gestured with his arms to
We're gonna
the
say
great
yes.
expanse around them. Pick a hole, any hole, he said. Stanley staggered across the lake, almost falling over a dirt
Pick a
pile.
hole, any hole, huh?
Behind him, he heard Magnet say, "But first make sure nothing's living in it." After leaving Myra's house, Elia wandered aimlessly through the town. He'd found himself down by the wharf. He sat on the edge of the
Pick a hole, any hole. Just make sure nothing's living in it.
He could
Wow.
not understand how Myra had trouble deciding between him and Igor. He had thought she loved him. Even if she didn't love him, couldn't she see what a foul person Igor was? It was like Madame Zeroni had said. Her head was as empty as a flower pot.
Not like Paris Hilton
Some
and
men
South.
were gathering on another dock.
Oh dear
He
God.
went to see what was going on.
All right, let's see if we got this right.
Deckhands wanted free passage to America.
What?
He had no sailing experience, but the ship's captain signed him aboard. The captain could see that Elia was a man of great strength. Not everybody could carry a full-grown pig up the side of the mountain. It
Man.
wasn't until the ship had cleared and the harbor was heading out across the Atlantic that he had suddenly remembered his promise to carry Madame Zeroni up the mountain. He felt terrible. He wasn't afraid of the curse. He thought that was a lot of nonsense. He felt bad because he knew Madame Zeroni had wanted a drink from the stream before she died. Zero was the smallest kid in Group B, but he was the first one to finish digging. "You're finished?" Stanley asked enviously. Zero said nothing. Stanley walked to Zero's hole and watched him measure it with his shovel. The top of his hole was a perfect circle, and the sides were smooth and steep. She said, "Marcellus, don't scream."
I'm trying not to. Shit. Who said that?
Mushy.
Oh, it didn't even show up for me. That's why I was like, who said that?
I think I merged my chats. Maybe.
I'm-
Yes, I did.
I could see like her other ones, but I didn't see the one where she was saying "Don't scream." I saw the one where she said we were all thinking it.
She said, I'm just fucking with him. The top of his hole was a perfect circle, and the sides were smooth and steep. Not one dirt clod more than necessary had been removed from the earth. Zero pulled himself up to the surface.
No, Mayor, Mr. No Pants isn't back yet.
Dug hole, spat in it,
But trust and believe, you will know if he is.
Zero's one weird dude, said Zigzag.
Hey,
Stanley would have laughed, but he didn't have the strength.
was this rug
Zigzag
different? I feel like this rug was
had
different.
to be the weirdest dude Stanley had ever seen. He had a
I wasn't paying attention to the fucking rugs.
Round head with wild,
Damn it.
frizzy blonde hair that stuck out in all directions. His head seemed to bob up and down on his neck like it was on a spring. Armpit was the second one to finish digging. He also
Okay, the rug is different.
Heading back to
Okay.
camp compound. One by one, Stanley watched each of the boys spit into the hole and return to camp. Stanley kept digging. His hole was almost up to his shoulders, although it was hard to tell exactly where the ground level was because his dirt piles completely surrounded the hole. The deeper he got, the harder it was to raise the dirt up out of the hole. Once again, he realized he was going to have to move the piles. His cap was stained with blood from his hands. He felt like he was digging his own grave.
Is this book not like the movie? Because it's been forever since I've seen the movie, so I couldn't tell you.
English. He fell in love with a woman named Sarah Miller. She could push a plow, milk a goat, and most important, think for herself.
Okay, nope, that was wrong.
Did he
Oh shit. Oh no! What's going on? Oh, I'm getting gassed!
Their life was not easy. Elliot worked hard, but bad luck.
Oh, I made too many mistakes. I got gassed.
Place at the wrong time. He remembered Madame Zeroni telling him that she had a son in America. Elliot was forever looking for him. He'd walk up to complete strangers and asked if they knew someone named Zeroni, or had ever heard of anyone named Zeroni. No one did. Elliot wasn't sure what he'd do if he ever found Madame Zeroni.
Oh, okay.
Carry him up a mountain.
We died.
Sing the pig lullaby to him. After his barn was struck by lightning for the third time.
You know what, Gavin? That is the comment of the day right there.
I'm worse than
Time to take a shower in Germany. Wow, that. Whoo, yeah, you are Savage's
I
son.
want you to do one thing for me. Anything, said Elliot.
Wow. And I'm not even Jewish.
Oh, Jake, I'm not singing the lullaby for you. I'm not doing it. I will just read it.
Sing it.
No, I'm not singing. I don't know the tune. I don't know the tune. I'm just gonna butcher it.
Who can't say that?
Sing me the pig lullaby. He sang it for her.
Your brother said it.
That's so pretty. What does it mean?
I'm just going off what your brother said.
It from Latvian to English, but it wasn't the same. It rhymes in Latvian, he told her. I could tell, said Sarah. A year later, their child was born. Sarah named him Stanley because she noticed that Stanley was Yelnath spelled backwards. Sarah had changed the words of the pig lullaby so that they rhymed, and every night she sang it to little Stanley. If only, the woodpecker sighs, the bark on the tree was soft as the skies.
I'm not singing that song either. I don't know. I don't even know the song to begin with, so I'm not singing Mushy.
Yeah, that's why you just said you sing it. No, I don't know the fucking tune. While the wolf waits below.
You finally got done with homework. That's good.
flying to the moon.
Okay, y'all, let's try this again.
Stanley's hole was as deep as his shovel, but not quite wide enough on the bottom. He grimaced as he sliced off a chunk of dirt and then raised it and flung it onto a pile. He laid his shovel back down into the bottom of his hole, and to his surprise it fit. He rotated it and only had to chip off a few chunks of dirt here and there before it could...
Hey, I didn't plan on taking a shower the first time.
He heard the water truck approaching and felt a strange sense of pride at now being able to show Mr. Sir or Mr. Pandansky that he had dug his first hole. He put his hands on the rim and tried to pull himself up. He couldn't do it. His arms were too weak and to lift his heavy body. He used his legs to help, but he just didn't have any strength. He was trapped in his hole. It was almost funny, but he wasn't in the mood to laugh. "Stanley!" he heard Mr. Pandansky call. Using his shovel, he dug 2-foot holes in the hole wall. He climbed out to see Mr. Pandansky walking over to him. "I was afraid you'd fainted," Mr. Pandansky said. "You wouldn't have been the first." "I'm finished," Stanley said, putting his blood-spotted cap back on his head. "All right," said Mr. Pandansky, raising his hand for a high five, but Stanley ignored
All right.
it. He didn't have the strength. Mr. Pandansky lowered his hand and looked down at Stanley's hole. "Well done," he said. "You want
All
to
right.
ride back?" Stanley shook his head. "I'll walk." Mr. Pandansky climbed back into the truck without filling Stanley's canteen. Stanley waited for him to drive away, took another look at his hole, and he knew it was nothing to be proud of, but he felt proud nonetheless. He sucked up his last bit of saliva and spit. Alright, we're on chapter 8, but I gotta hit my bowl.
He hit him with that good old hot tour.
He hit it with a hot tool.
Wonder if the first room is to show nothing's wrong. Yeah, I think that's what the first room is, but I didn't know, like, if you got it wrong, you got to go all the way back.
Said, "Marcellus, you're such a vibe."
Thanks, Mushy.
Mushy mallow.
Mushy, mushy. It's funny. She say I'm such a vibe, but she ain't followed me.
Mushy.
My feelings are hurt.
How dare you not follow Marcellus? She said, "I follow him on here."
What's messed up, I got to keep clicking the chat thing to see it update.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's not even showing in the studio on the side.
Does the studio work? Is it only for PC, or can I do the studio with my PlayStation?
You can do it with your PlayStation. Petty's doing it with hers, I believe.
Alright, I'll have to look on
'Cause
that tonight.
She's actually live now testing gaming with her new console, so I'm pretty sure
Huh.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to get on there and look. Set my laptop up, because I need to probably have my computer for the studio to work.
Not necessarily. You can get OBS or a capture card.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't know how to do none of that.
I told you I can help you figure it out. I can come out there and help you figure it out.
I know, I need to get it set up.
I think the first level's good. There's nothing wrong with it.
Alright.
And Mushy, I only mute because since I'm streaming on Twitch, I'm talking to chat and I don't want to interrupt her.
I appreciate that.
Little mama, what you laughing at?
I'm glad you announced yourself, Jake. Did you enjoy that chapter?
I'll hop in and out when there's a sexual innuendo, which has been pretty much that whole last chapter.
That whole last chapter was tragic as fuck. I really don't want to hear any more about his great-great-grandfather.
Or his holes.
I mean, that's literally the whole book, my guy.
What's funny is my chat is over here listening as well. And one of my one of my viewers, he was like, wow, he has no standards. He's gonna pick any pig. He just don't give a fuck.
Hell nah. I love it.
And I was like, yeah, well, sometimes, they turn into pigs after marriage. I guess he just figured he'd start before marriage and he'd go nowhere but up.
That's great. Well, I'm glad that you and your chat tuned in. Thanks for coming down out.
Yeah. Thanks for accepting the invite.
Well, of course. I was like, well, I didn't know if you was wanting to battle or what, and I was like, well, I might as well do a quick battle. But I'm glad you guys. This is cool.
Yeah.
It's like you rated my story time. All right.
All right.
Chapter 8.
Giggity.
A lot of people don't believe in curses. A lot of people don't believe in yellow-spotted lizards either. But if one bites you, it doesn't make a difference whether you believe in it or not.
All right.
Actually, it's kind of odd that scientists name the lizard after its yellow spots. Each lizard has exactly 11
All right.
yellow
First
spots,
level done.
but the spots
Come
are
on.
hard to see
Level
on its
2.
yellow
Let's
green
go.
body. The lizard is from 6 to 10 inches long and has big red eyes.
Oh, I gotta
In
hit
truth,
continue.
its eyes are yellow, but it is the skin around the eyes which are red, and everyone always speaks of its red eyes. It also has black teeth and a milky white tongue. Looking at one, you would have thought it should have been named red-eyed lizard, or black-toothed lizard, or perhaps white-tongued lizard. If you've ever been close enough to see the yellow spots, you're probably dead. The yellow-spotted lizards like to live in holes, which offer shade from the sun and protection from predatory birds. Up to 20 lizards may live in one hole. They have strong, powerful legs and can leap out of very deep holes to attack their prey. They eat small animals, insects, certain cactus thorns, and the
Fucking howdy doody.
flower seeds. Stanley stood in the shower and let the cold water pour over his hot and sore body. It was 4 minutes of
A
heaven.
bucket.
For the second day
You
in
still
a row,
wonder
he
if
didn't
this
do
is
so.
the one
He
that
was
shows how it's
There was
supposed
no
to look.
roof over the shower building, and the walls were raised up 6 inches off the ground.
No,
except
we went
in the
through
corners.
that first
There was
one
no drain on
already.
the floor. The water ran out under the walls and evaporated quickly in the sun.
Oh, this
He
one's
put
got
on
an
his
egg
new
in it.
set of orange clothes. He returned to his tent, put his dirty clothes in the crate, got out his pen, box of stationery, and headed up to the rec room. A sign on the door said rec room, and it's spelled WRECK instead of REC. Nearly everything in the room was broken. The TV, the pinball machine, the furniture. Even the people looked broken, with their worn-out bodies sprawled over the various chairs and sofas.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
God damn it. Gave me the giggles. X-Ray and Armpit were playing pool.
And I can't even.
You
can do it. Well, hell, we made it to 5 before we got one wrong. So
fan had been placed in front of it. Cheap air conditioning. At least the fan worked.
wasn't 3 when we saw
He made his way across the room. He tripped
Mr.
over
No
his
Pants?
outstretched leg. Hey, watch it, said an orange lump on a chair. You watch it, muttered Stanley, too tired to care. What'd you say? The lump demanded. Nothing, said Stanley. The lump rose. He was almost as big as Stanley and a lot tougher. You said something. He poked his fat finger in Stanley's neck. What'd you say? A crowd quickly formed around them. Be cool, said X-Ray. He put his hand on Stanley's shoulder. You don't want to mess with the caveman, he warned.
Okay, so
The caveman's cool, said Armpit.
so far,
I'm not looking
this
for
is okay.
trouble, Stanley said. I'm just tired, that's all.
All right, the other door opened.
The lump grunted. X-Ray and Armpit led Stanley over to a couch. Squid slid over to make room as Stanley sat down. Did you see the caveman back there? X-Ray asked.
All right.
The caveman's one tough dude, said Squid, and he lightly punched Stanley's arm.
Blood on the tub.
Stanley leaned back against the torn vinyl upholstery. Despite his shower, his body still radiated heat.
No, I think that's
"I wasn't
just
trying to
the
start anything," he said.
degradation
The last thing he
on,
wanted to do after killing
you know,
himself all the way
rust
on
and
the lake
stuff.
was to get into a fight with a boy called the Caveman. He was glad X-Ray and Armpit had come to his rescue. "Well, how'd you like your first hole?" asked Squid. Stanley groaned, and the other boys laughed. "Well..."
That's kind of how my first time went to the first hole. Ugh.
Shut the fuck up! A hole in the dirt. One of those holes. Get your mind out of the holes. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Well, my mind is out of the holes. That's not what I want to put in the hole in the first place. Anyway.
Damn it. I blame you. I blame my chat for picking this book. They were like, yes, let's read holes.
Sab said, yeah, they usually are pretty dirty. Alex said, bad things happen when you mess around with holes.
I'm just saying, if you got a dirty hole, go clean your fucking hole.
And Ariel said, of all the books you could have picked to read.
My chat picked. I was going through the bookshelf and I was like, oh, look, I got holes. They're like, yes, let's read holes. So we started reading it the other night. They're like, she said it's a good book. I don't even think I've ever read the book. We read it in school and I like skipped half the chapters and then faked it.
Ariel said, never let the internet pick.
They would. Hey, it could have been worse. I have a lot of smut on my bookshelf. We could be reading about fairies fucking and like, no, it could be different. Like,
Well, if that's the case, you need to hop in our Discord. There's a section I got in the Discord called Cliterature. And that's yeah, that's pretty much what they talk about. I don't go in there, but yeah.
Ariel, I need you to send me the link. Because I know Ariel's in there. Mushy said, I'm listening.
It's on my profile too. The Discord, I believe.
On the favorited profile, every time I click on the Discord links, they never work. I don't know if it's me or if it's them, but they never work.
Let me check. While I'm sitting here doing this, because my dude is not going to die anyway. Oh, I don't have the Discord one on here. I'll just send it to you.
I bet. I'll join it later when I'm settling down for bed playing on my phone. Alright. Stanley groaned and the other boys laughed. Well, the first hole's the hardest. Shut up!
It depends on which hole you pick first.
Shut up. Hell no. I can't read this.
That's what she said.
They just played my channel redemption. That's what she said.
It just keeps getting worse. Oh god. No way, said X-Ray. The second hole's a lot harder.
Emotional damage.
I'm fucking crying.
Oh dear God.
I'm fucking sobbing. It's not fucking tears. It's real fucking tears. He said.
All right, I sent it to you.
I got it. He said, You're hurting before you even get started. Marcellus, you're killing me. Oh my god.
I didn't do it.
I blame you.
Okay, I think this room is clear. Oh,
He said if you think you're sore now, just wait till you see how you feel tomorrow morning, right? That's right, said Squid. Plus, the fun's gone, said X-Ray. I don't know how they read this to me in school. I would have died. I don't know. As an adult reading to children, I would have fucking died. That's right, said Squid. Wait, yeah. The fun, asked Stanley. Don't lie to me, said X-Ray. I bet you always wanted to dig a big hole, right? Am I right?
I'm just gonna go ahead and mute myself now.
Thank you. That might help. Because I hear you giggle every time. Every time I giggle, I hear you giggle.
Well, my
Stanley had never really thought about it before.
chat is not making anything better. I'm sorry.
Please read to me what they said.
Oh, well, Sab. I'm gonna tell you his full username. Sab the Vad Slayer. So, so,
Pop off.
so he said, yeah, well, you know, you got to stretch that hole out so it's not too sore. You got to stretch that motherfucker out. Oh, and Marianne Savage said, I can't believe we read this in grade school.
That's what I said. I'm like, I can't believe we read this in fucking grade school.
That's because the world has just corrupted us and just
Yeah.
ruined our minds.
Ruined us.
And then Ariel said, either hole will hurt if you don't work up to it first.
I swear to God. I swear. That shit's painful.
Alex, the book is called Holes.
It's literally called Holes. It is.
And it's not the Shia LaBeouf movie either.
Holes by Louis Sakar.
Sachar?
Sakar, I think it's how it's pronounced.
Yeah, Louis Sachar. Sachar.
Yeah. We read this in grade school. This was like a really common grade school book. It probably still is. It needs to be banned from grade schools.
No, y'all just need to get y'all dirty ass minds out of the gutter. That's what y'all need to do.
I'm trying, okay? God damn it. Stanley had never really thought about it before, but he knew better than to tell X-Ray he was right. Every kid in the world
You
wants
can't
to do
add
it.
Marianne
Said X-Ray to
the
China,
book chat.
right? Right, said Stanley. See what I mean? Said X-Ray. That's what I'm saying. But now the fun's gone.
Marianne, are you a part of the Discord?
And again. Camp Fun and Games. Said
I mean,
Stanley.
Rebel, my mind stays there
What's in the
because
box?
it's
Asked
me.
Squid. Stanley had forgotten he brought it. Paper. I was gonna write a letter to my mother.
You know what? It probably won't let you add them because Grasshopper and I went in and changed some things so a certain someone wouldn't get in there.
One place in camp where the boys could enjoy themselves. And what'd they do? They wrecked it.
Hold on.
The glass on the TV was
Let me
smashed
find it.
as if someone had put his foot through it. Every table and chair seemed to be missing at least one leg. Everything leaned. He waited to write the letter until after Squid had gotten up and joined
There it
the
is.
pool. Dear Mom, today was my first day at camp, and I've already made some friends. We've been out on the lake all day, so I'm pretty tired. Once I pass the swimming test, I'll get to learn how to water ski. He stopped writing as he became aware that somebody was reading over his shoulder.
There you go, Mayor. I
He
sent
turned
it to
see
you.
Zero standing behind the couch. I don't.
So,
want to
Marianne,
worry
you
about
should be able to get in there now.
Zero said nothing. He just stared at the letter with a serious,
All right.
almost
Let's
angry
continue
expression.
this, because...
Stanley slipped it back into the stationery box. Did the shoes have red X's on the back? Zero asked him. It took Stanley a moment, but then he realized Zero
What
was
did you
asking
get?
about Clyde
Did you
Livingston's
actually get
shoes.
Jersey Mike's?
Yes, they did, he said. He wondered how Zero knew that. Brand X was a
Oh,
popular
fuck
brand of
that!
cigarettes. Maybe Clyde Livingston had made a commercial for them. Zero stared at him for a moment, with the same intensity with which he had been staring at the letter. Stanley poked his finger through a hole in the vinyl couch and pulled out some of the stuffing. He wasn't aware of what he was doing. "Come on, caveman, dinner," said Armpit. "You coming, caveman?" said Squid.
The fucking mannequin is back. Sorry.
Oh, no, not the mannequin, because that means danger.
I hear it. I hear the motherfucker.
I don't like mannequins anyway, bro. Wait, hold on. We gotta take a break to watch this part. Because now I gotta know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, Marianne, the grabby lady thing. And I gotta be in here for 20 seconds. 40 seconds! Oh, fuck me. Where the hell is it? I hear it. I hear it. Oh, shit! What the fuck? Oh, fuck!
Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
They're like...
Oh, shit! Ah! Oh, shit! Okay. Okay. Ah, shit!
They're like weeping angels.
And now the door opens for me to leave. I can't do this. I'd rather wrestle a hardcore match, a last man standing match. Fuck all that.
I don't do scary games. I don't do like jump scary games. Like Five Nights at Freddy's makes me piss my pants. I'm not even like Foxy comes running down that. Hell nah. Fuck that shit.
Oh.
I played it in VR one time.
Yeah.
I screamed. My ex had never screamed like that. That was real fear. And I was like, yeah, it was real. It was right up in my face. It was like I was there.
Mushy, what are you talking about? It's not even scary.
Mushy likes scary games. She's the one that recommended me fucking play Little Nightmares earlier.
Well, Little Nightmares ain't scary. But
No,
these games are designed to jump scare the shit out of you.
That creepy guy with the arms. I don't like him.
Fuck. Almost all the games I play, you gotta find what's different in them, and then they all got jump scares to kill you.
Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, it's fun. I love it,
You,
but
you probably have a good computer. Look up. You need to play Anemiopolis. It's like a liminal space game. I don't even know how you spell it, but it's like I swear to God, it's weird as fuck. It's like ANEIMO Polis, POLIS or whatever the fuck. Anemiopolis or
Anomalopolis?
something like that. But it's got really good graphics, and they built it like a liminal space. So like you go, there's like a pool section, and then there's like a mall that you can go through, and it's all like creepy liminal. And there is entities, but you can turn them off, I think.
One eternity later.
Wolfpuck, what's going on?
But yeah, it's cool.
I'll look for it on another one. Because like I said, this game, I got from the developers of this game to play it.
That's cool as fuck. Ooh.
This some bullshit. How am I supposed to get past the one that moves? Because I guess I need to find out where it is to start with. And then once the door opens, just book it to the door.
Is it?
Mortuary assistant? I haven't played that one.
That one's creepy. I've watched people play that one.
I watched Grasshopper play what was it called? Unholy Priest. Ooh, that game was fun too.
When you walk in there and see that first mannequin, is that the only one at first?
Yeah, the one with no arms.
So don't take your eyes off of it. Because I'm pretty sure by the way it looked like they were moving is every time you would look away or like not look behind you, they were coming up behind you.
Yeah, that's how I was doing it, but that one red one, I was watching it because I was like, okay, if I watch you, you're not going to move. And it ran right up on me. So
oh, well, I don't know then. That's wild as fuck.
And I got to do this room. I'm supposed to clear this room 8 times before I go to the next level.
Oh my god.
And it auto-generates, so I never know which one is going to be in that room at the time.
That reminds me almost of like Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. That's an older one, but they have it on Steam, and I think they have it on PlayStation too. But oh my god, it's you go up through the levels, up to the next elevators, and it's randomly generated.
I just played one just like that. The fuck was it called? Hold on. I can look it up.
I'm gonna also pack a bowl real quick, Mishy.
I played Escape Floor Zero. That was fun. But the one that you're talking about...
Hey, what are you even talking about? Shut up, Jake.
Here it is. What the hell? Okay. That's not showing me the name of it.
Quit trying to spoil the book, because I know you're wrong.
Oh, it was called Re-Exit.
Oh.
That game. Whew, that is fun.
I'm waiting for Mr. Moore to hop in and be like, I missed it. I messaged him on Instagram earlier. I was like, we're doing story time at 7.
But what's going on with you, Wolfpuck? How was your stream? Alright, let's start this shit again.
Alright, I'm gonna smack this bowl, and then I'm gonna keep getting the book. Keep digging the holes.
Yeah, you getting them holes.
Shut up.
You know what, Son of Savage? Not a big fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. It's just cheap jump horror. Or jump scare horror.
Have you like looked into the story though of all the other games?
Yeah.
I like the
Giggity.
plot, the story, the lore. Like I'm here for it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's 20 seconds. There's nothing wrong with this because it's the first level.
All of Matt Pat's like game theory videos. I love watching that shit on Five Nights at Freddy's.
All right, first level, nothing's ever there.
Alright. Um. Oh, I just read ahead. Okay. Come on, caveman, dinner, said Armpit. You coming, caveman? Said Squid. Then he looked
Smacking.
around to see that Armpit and Squid were talking to him. Sure, he said. He put his
FNAF is
stationery
coming to
back in the
down.
box and got up
Yeah,
to
I
go
saw
over
that,
to
Shaka,
Armpit.
and welcome in.
Alone
Go ahead and
was
give yourself a
caveman.
shout out.
He was. He shrugged his left shoulder. It was better than
5
being
nasty
sad.
ass fools. That's what I'm gonna call them.
Stanley had no trouble falling asleep, but morning came much too quickly. Every muscle and joint in his body ached as he tried to get out of bed. He didn't think it was possible, but his body hurt more than it had the day before. It wasn't just his arms and back, but his legs, ankles, and waist also hurt. The only thing that got him out of bed was knowing that every second he wasted meant that he was 1 second closer to the rising of the sun. He hated the sun. He could hardly lift his spoon during breakfast, and then he was out on the lake, his spoon replaced by a shovel. He found a crack in the ground and began his second hole. He stepped on the shovel blade and pushed the very back of the shaft between the base of his thumb. This hurt less than trying to hold the shaft with his blistered fingers. As he dug, he was careful to dump the dirt far away from the hole. He needed to save the area around the hole for when the hole was much deeper. He didn't know if he'd ever get that far. X-Ray was right. The second hole was the hardest. It would take a miracle. As the sun wasn't out yet, he removed his cap and used it to help protect his hands. Once the sun rose, he would have to put it back on his head. His neck and forehead had been badly burned the day before. He took it one shovelful at a time and tried not to think of the awesome task that lay ahead of him. After an hour or so, his sore muscles seemed to loosen up a little bit. He
All right, I
grunted
don't
as
see
he
nothing
tried
wrong.
to stick his shovel into the dirt. His cap slipped out from under his fingers, and the shovel fell free. He let it lie there. He took a drink from his
Oh, wait!
canteen. He guessed that the water truck should be
That picture wasn't there.
finish all the water just in case.
All right.
He learned to wait until he saw the truck before drinking the last drop. The sun wasn't up yet, but its rays arched over the horizon and brought light to the sky. He reached down to pick up his cap, and there next to it he saw a wide flat rock. As he put his cap on his head, he continued to look down at the rock.
So,
He picked it up and thought he could see the shape of a fish fossilized in it. He rubbed off some dirt, and the outline of the fish became clearer. The sun peeked over the horizon, and he could actually see the tiny lines where every one of the fish's bones had been. He looked at the barren land all around him. True, everyone referred
all right,
to this
that's
area
2.
as the lake, but it was still hard to believe that this dry wasteland was once full of water. Mushy, shut it! Somebody had a fucking time writing this book, I'm just saying. Then he remembered what Mr. Sir and Mr. Pendanski had both said. If he dug up anything interesting, he should report it to one of them. If the warden liked it, he would get the rest of the day off. He looked back down at his fish. He'd found this miracle. He continued to dig, though very slowly, as he waited for the water truck. He didn't want to bring attention to his find, afraid that one of the other boys might try to take it from him.
Oh, hell, all the
He
lights
tossed the
are
rock face down beside his dirt pile, as if it had no special value. A short while later, he saw the cloud of dirt heading across the lake. The truck stopped, the boys lined up. They always lined up in the same order, Stanley realized, no matter who got there first. X-Ray was always at the front of the line, then came Armpit, Squid, Zigzag, Magnet, and Zero. Stanley got in line behind Zero. He was glad to be at the back so no one would notice the fossil. His pants had very large
I can't click the
pockets,
door.
but the rock still made a bulge. Mr. Pendanski filled each boy's
All right, that light is out.
until Stanley was.
I ain't got to go nowhere else. Open the fucking door.
Stanley said, taking it out of his pocket.
Clickety clicky.
Mr. Pendanski reached for Stanley's canteen, but Stanley handed him the rock instead. What's this? It's a fossil, said Stanley. See the fish? Mr. Pendanski looked at it again. See, you can even see all of its little bones, said Stanley. Interesting, said Mr. Pendanski. Let me have your canteen.
Amazon, what's going on?
Stanley handed it to him. Mr. Pendanski filled it. Then,
Marianne, you're a few seconds late,
so,
but
do I get the rest of the day off? What for?
what's going on? The queen of fishnets herself has arrived.
Give me the day off.
You're working, but you're here.
Mr. Pendanski laughed as he gave the
You,
fossil to Stanley.
giving those,
The one
rides
who's
to people.
interested in fossils. Let me see that, said
Oh,
Stanley.
how are you doing, my royal highness?
Stanley continued to stare at Mr. Pendanski. Hey, Zig, dig this rock. Cool, said Zigzag.
I died.
I saw the screen flash.
It didn't even scare me that time. I just saw it because I watched it come up from hell, and I'm like, yep, I'm trapped. I can't go nowhere.
I'm done. I'm done for. Damn.
Mushy.
I know, she's cracking me up.
Well, what's funny is, like, in the chat, if I put something, I can see everybody else's message. But when they put something behind it, I can't see it unless I refresh it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe it's a glitch.
What up, Boo Boo 133? What up, Boo Boo?
Boo-boo. Hey, boo-boo.
All right, well, let's try it again. And that was a new one. That was a new way to die for me. So,
Not a new way to die.
yep. New way to die. So many new ways to die.
Ah! We had the same idea. Oh, shit.
I ain't gonna never get off this goddamn first level.
Okay. Stanley saw his fossil being passed around. I don't see nothing, said X-Ray. He took off his glasses, wiped them on his dirty clothes, and put them back on. See? Look at the little fishy, said Armpit. Stanley returned to his hole. It wasn't fair. Mr. Pendanski had even said his fossil was interesting. He slammed his shovel into the ground and pried up another piece of dirt. After a while, he noticed X-Ray had come by and was watching him dig. Hey, caveman, let me talk to you for a second, X-Ray said. Stanley put down his shovel and stepped out of his hole. Say, listen, said X-Ray. Find something else. Give it to me, okay? Stanley wasn't sure what to say.
At
X-Ray
least
was
we
clearly
can automatically
confused,
get one
and Stanley
because
didn't want
we
to
know
get
the
the
first
bad
one
side.
ain't gonna do shit.
You're new here, right? Said X-Ray. I've been here for almost a year, and I've never found anything. You know, my eyesight's not so good. No one knows this, but you know why my name's X-Ray? Stanley shrugged one shoulder. It's Pig Latin for Rex. That's all. I'm too blind to find anything. Stanley tried to remember how Pig Latin worked. I mean, X-Ray went on. Why should you get a day off when you've only been here a couple days? If anybody gets a day off, it should be me.
Where's
That's
Mr.
only
No
fair, right?
Pants? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Stanley agreed. X-Ray smiled. You're a good guy, caveman. Stanley picked up his shovel. The more he thought about it, the more he was glad that he agreed to let X-Ray have anything he might find. If he was going to survive at Camp Green Lake, it was far more important that X-Ray think he was a good guy than it was for him to get one day off. Besides, he didn't expect to find anything.
Oh!
There probably wasn't anything of interest out there. And even if there was, he'd never been what you could call lucky.
Okay. There's Mr. No Pants right there, and he lost his head.
Oh, shit. Not Mr. No Pants. Mhm.
Okay.
Oh.
Do do
Oh.
do.
Not walking into the pitch black. I hated that.
Fucked up part is that's the safest part of the goddamn room.
Crazy. Hell no. Let's see. He slammed his blade into the ground and then dumped out another shovelful of dirt. It was a little surprising, he thought, that X-Ray was the leader of the group, since he obviously wasn't the biggest or the toughest. In fact, except for Zero, X-Ray was the smallest. Armpit was the
Where?
biggest.
Okay. I was gonna
Zigzag
say, where the hell did I go?
may have been taller than Armpit, but that was only because of his neck. Yet Armpit and all the others seemed to be
Yeah,
willing to
Mr.
do
No
whatever
Pants is
X-Ray
no
asked.
more.
As Stanley dug up another shovelful of dirt, it occurred to him that Armpit wasn't the biggest. He, the caveman, was bigger. He was glad they called him Caveman. It meant they actually accepted him as a member of the group. He would have been glad even if they'd called him Barfbag. It was really quite remarkable to him. At school, bullies like Derek Doone used to pick on him. Yet Derek Doone would be scared senseless by any of the boys here. As he dug his hole, Stanley thought about what it would be like if Derek Doone had to fight. It says his last name every time. What it would be like if he had to fight Armpit or Squid. Derek wouldn't stand a chance. He imagined what it would be like if he became good friends with all of them. And then for some reason they all went with him to his school. And then Derek tried to steal his notebook. Just what do you think you're doing?
Okay,
asked
I don't
Squid,
see
as he slams
anything.
his hands into Derek's smug face. Caveman's our friend, says Armpit, grabbing him by his shirt collar. Stanley played the scene over and over again in his mind, each time watching another boy from Group D beat up Derek Doone. It helped him dig his hole and ease his own suffering. Whatever pain he felt
Ah,
felt
that bag is a different size. Aha!
It's 2:30. It's about time for you to go to bed. You just let me know when, and we'll make a stopping point. Not yet. Okay.
I guess size does matter.
Again, Stanley was the last one to finish digging.
Oops, shit.
It was late afternoon when he dragged
I'm breaking
himself
shit.
up to the
I'm breaking
tent.
shit.
This time he would have accelerated right on the shelf.
It's cold. Don't bag shame.
When he got to the tent, he found Mr. Pendanski and the other boys sitting in a circle on the tent.
Alright.
Welcome, Stanley, said Mr. Pendanski. Hey, caveman, you get your hole dug? Asked Magnet. He managed to nod. Did you spit in it? Asked Squid. He nodded again.
Or
You're
on
right.
it.
Shut up! I was waiting for somebody to fucking say something. I'm waiting to see what your chat's gonna say.
They ain't said nothing yet. I think they're too enthralled on trying to find these damn things and not die.
Hell yeah. Let's see. He nodded again. You're right, he said to X-Ray. The second hole is the hardest. X-Ray.
Well, no, Sap. When you said nodded, Sap said, "Why did she just say he nutted again?" I mean, Sab, when you dealing with that many holes, I mean, you can't just nut once. It's like Pringles.
That's my speech impediment, I'm sorry.
No, that's just your accent. It just did sound like you say he nutted again. I was like,
Maybe it is my accent. I blame my mother, my southern accent.
Sab said, this book is wild.
No way, because it gets worse. He said, you're right, the second hole's the hardest. X-Ray shook his head. The third hole's the hardest, he said. Come join our circle.
Well, it depends on what she's into. The third hole might be the hardest. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I can't. Stanley plopped down between Squid and Magnet. He needed to rest up before taking a shower. We've been discussing what we want to do with our lives, said Mr.
20
Pandensky.
seconds.
We're not going to be at Camp Green Lake forever. We need to prepare for the day we leave here and join the rest of society.
Okay.
Hey, that's great, Mom, said Magnet. They're going to finally let you out of here? The other boys laughed. Okay, Jose, said Mr. Pandensky. What do you want to do with your life? I don't know, said Magnet. Well, you need to think about that, said Mr. Pandensky. It's important to have goals. Otherwise, you're going to end up right back in jail. What do you like to do?
See,
I
the
don't
thunder
know,
sounds
said
different.
Magnet. You must like something, said Mr. Pandensky. I like animals. Good, said Mr. Pandensky. Does anyone know of jobs that involve animals? Veterinarian, said Armpit. That's right. He could work in a zoo, said Zigzag. He belongs in a zoo, said Squid, and then he and X-Ray laughed. How about you, Stanley? Any ideas for Jose? Stanley sighed. Animal
Okay,
trainer,
I think this
he
one's
said,
clear. There's
like for
nothing wrong
circus or
with this
movies
one.
or something like that. Any of those jobs sound good to you, Jose?
I don't
Asked
see
Mr.
anything.
Pandensky. Yeah, I like what Caveman said about training animals for movies. I think it'd be fun to train monkeys.
It takes a lot of
X-Ray laughed.
prepping.
Don't laugh, Rex, said Mr. Pandensky. We don't laugh at people's dreams. Someone is going to have to train monkeys for movies. Who are you kidding, Mom? Asked X-Ray.
Okay,
Magnet's never
so
going to be a monkey trainer. You don't know that.
yeah, I think
said Mr.
everything's good on this
Pandensky.
one.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Nothing in this life is easy. But that's no reason to give up. You'll be surprised at what you can accomplish if you set your mind to it. After all, you only have one life, so you should try to make the most of it. Stanley tried to figure out what he'd say if Mr. Pandensky asked him what he wanted to do with his life. He used to think he wanted to work for the FBI, but this didn't seem like
Okay.
an appropriate place to mention that.
Good night, son of Savage.
So far,
Good
you've
night,
all
Sergeant
done a pretty
Toast.
good job at messing up your lives, said Mr. Pandensky. I know you think you're cool. He looked at Stanley. So, you're caveman now, huh? You like digging holes, caveman? Stanley didn't know what to say. Well, let me tell you something, caveman. You're here on account of one person. If it wasn't for that person, you wouldn't be here digging holes in the hot sun. You know who that person is?
Hey, we got it right.
My no-good, dirty, rotten, pig-stealing great-great-grandfather? The other boys howled with laughter. Even Zero smiled. It was the first
Alright,
time
we're on
Stanley had ever
5.
seen Zero smile. He usually had such an angry expression on his face. Now he had such a huge smile that it almost seemed too big for his face, like a smile on a jack-o'-lantern. No, said Mr. Pandensky. That person is you, Stanley. You are the reason you are here. You're responsible for yourself. You messed up your life, and it's up to you to fix it.
I only
No
have
else is
one
going to do it
life,
for
but
you,
3 holes.
for any of you. Mr. Pandensky looked from one boy to another. You're all special in your own way, he said. You've all got something to offer. You have to think about what you want to do, and then do it. Even you, Zero, you're not completely worthless. That smile was now gone from Zero's face. What do you want to do with your life? Mr. Pandensky asked him. Zero's mouth was shut tight. As he glared at Mr. Pandensky, his dark eyes seemed to expand. What about it, Zero? Mr. Pandensky asked Mr. Pandensky. What do you like to do? I like to dig holes.
Oh, fuck.
Not the mannequin again.
Alright, I'm going to try your theory. I'm going to walk over here. I'm going to turn around.
Now you should. Oh, turn around. Turn around the other way.
I was stuck on it. I couldn't turn around.
That's tragic. Now
I don't know how to get past that fucking part.
Now they shouldn't be able to come from... Wait, did it kill you again?
Yeah.
What happened?
Apparently, the mannequin I stopped right in front of the door with, it was standing right there and it got me.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I have to walk completely backwards around the whole room until I guess the door opens. Or I could just walk to a certain spot and just sit there.
Like
And then when the door opens, go around. I don't know.
Huh.
And the fucked up part is, this is on standard. This isn't even on hard.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I would contact them and be like, how the fuck do I do this? What's the trick? What am I doing wrong? Like,
It's a see it coil, don't stand and fight, turn your back or hide from sight.
oh, what?
It gives like little hints at the bottom every time you die, I guess.
Oh. Interesting. Does it say turn your back or don't turn your back?
It said to turn your back or hide from sight.
So don't look at them. They're the opposite of weeping angels.
Right, because see, I thought it was just like you said, like weeping angels. If I don't look at them, they're going to run at me. But apparently,
Yeah. If you look at them, they run at you.
you know what? I wonder if, like, if I just look down like this the whole time and just...
Maybe. Like an Enderman in Minecraft. You need a pumpkin on your head. Yeah, it's so great.
We're going to figure it out sooner or later.
One of these tries. Wait, didn't you say you have to beat it 4 times?
8.
8?
Yes, I have to go through that room 8 times and get it correct.
Oh my fucking god. Mushy, we are on chapter 13 of chapter 50. There's 50 chapters, but they're kind of short chapters. Like, some of the chapters are like a page long. Yeah.
Mushy's trying to stay awake, that's why.
I know. She's like, I wanna finish this book tonight. Like, I wish we could. We can read more Wednesday night.
Yay, I'll be there for that one.
Hell yeah. I'll probably do it around the same time. Around 7-ish. 6 or 7-ish.
Alright, because now that I don't have bowling, I'll probably be here streaming anyway, so I might as well just tune in.
Hell yeah.
That and plus my chat enjoy listening as well.
Oh, I like it. I like that they liked it. I mean, it's kind of this book's kind of funny, I guess. I'm trying to think of what I might go buy a new book. Oh, we were gonna read The Hobbit next because it's kind of fitting.
Yeah.
So I've never seen the movies and I've never read the book, so it would be my first time too.
There you go, Sab. Short people with hairy feet.
Yeah. Except this Hobbit does not have hairy feet. I keep mine.
That's not what I heard.
You do. Ouch.
I'm kidding. You know he wouldn't even talk like that.
Oh, I know. He knows I'd beat his ass.
Well, that makes one of us.
You wouldn't?
No, I'm talking about that you would beat his ass. That only makes one of us.
Oh, yeah.
I think this one's good.
Ouch. you still here, awake? Oh no, Jake left. He got tired of the book.
You know what? It does say that I'm able to throw shit. So what can I pick up to throw?
Yeah, that's a good.
Oh, it said put item down. Damn it. Well, how the fuck do I pick it up? Because I will pick something up and beat the shit out of that mannequin with.
But she said, "Pick me, pick me."
I pick you up, Mushy, and beat the mannequin with you too.
Like you do, sound guy. Just pick him up, her up, and throw her.
Yeah, pretty much.
He said, "Hell yeah, do it."
All right, I
Alright.
think this is good.
Chapter 13. It's all too soon. Stanley was back. Stanley. Stanley was back out on the lake, sticking his shovel into the dirt. X-Ray was right. The third hole was the hardest. So was the fourth hole, and the fifth hole, and the sixth, and the. He dug his shovel into the dirt. After a while, he'd lost track of the day, the week, and how many holes he'd dug. It all seemed like one big hole, and it would take all a year and a half to dig it.
All right, y'all. I'll be right
A year
back.
and a half to dig it. He guessed he'd lost at least 5 pounds. He figured in a year and a half he'd either be in great physical condition or else dead. He dug his shovel into the dirt. It could always be this hot. It couldn't always be this hot, he thought. Surely it got cooler in December. Maybe then they froze. He dug his shovel into the dirt. His skin got tougher. It didn't hurt so much to move the shovel. As he drank from his canteen and looked at the sky, a cloud had appeared earlier in the day. It was the first cloud he could remember seeing. He and the other boys had been watching it all day, hoping it would move in front of the sun. Occasionally it got close, but it was just easy. Oh, hi Jake. I didn't know if you were still here or not. It doesn't say you're in here, that's why I asked. His hole was waist deep. He dug his shovel into the dirt. As he dumped it out, he thought he saw something glisten as it fell onto a dirt pile. Whatever it was quickly buried. Stanley stared at the pile a moment, unsure if he'd even see. Even if it was something, what good would it do him? He promised to give anything he found to X-Ray. It didn't seem worth the effort to climb out of his hole to check it out. He glanced up at the clouds, which was close enough to the sun that he had to squint to look at it. He dug his shovel back into the earth, scooped out some more dirt, and lifted it over his dirt pile. But instead of dumping it there, he tossed it off to the side. His curiosity had gotten the better of him. He climbed up out of the hole and sifted his fingers through the pile. He felt something hard and metallic. He pulled it out. It was a gold tube, about as long and as wide as the second finger on his right hand. The tube was open at one end and closed at the other. He used a few drops of his precious water to clean it. There seemed to be some kind of a design on the flat closing. He poured a few more drops of water on it and rubbed it on the inside of his pants pocket. He looked again at the design engraved in the flat bottom of the tube. He could see an outline of a heart with the letters KB. And there's a picture, chat. Oh my god, this is a picture of a heart. There it is. Like children. He tried to figure out some way that he wouldn't have to give it to X-Ray. He could just keep it, but that wouldn't do him any good. He wanted a day off. He looked at the large piles of dirt near where X-Ray was digging. X-Ray was probably almost finished for the day, Getting the rest of the day off would hardly do him much good. X-ray would have been the first to show the tube. Oh my god. Excuse me. X-ray would first have to show the tube to Mr. Sir or Mr. Pendanski, who would then have to show it to the warden. By then, X-ray might be done anyway. Stanley wondered about trying to secretly take the tube directly to the warden, so he could explain the situation to the warden, and the warden might make up an excuse for giving him the day off, so X-ray wouldn't suspect. He looked across the lake towards the cabin under the 2 oak trees. The place scared him. He'd been at Camp Green Lake almost 2 weeks, and he still hadn't seen the warden. That was just as well. If he could go his entire year and a half without seeing the warden, that would be fine with him. Besides, he didn't know if the warden would find the tube interesting. He looked at it again. It looked familiar. He thought he'd seen something like it somewhere before, but he couldn't quite place it. "What you got there, caveman?" asked Zigzag. Stanley's large hand enclosed around the tube. "Nothing, just, It was useless. "I think I might have found something." "Another fossil?" "No, I'm not sure what it is." "Let me see," said Zigzag. Instead of showing it to Zigzag, Stanley brought it to X-ray. Zigzag followed. X-ray looked at the tube, then rubbed his dirty glasses on his dirty shirt, and looked at the tube again. One by one, the other boys dropped their shovels and came to look. "Looks like an old shotgun shell," said Squid. "Yeah, that's probably what it is," said Stanley. He decided not to mention the engraved design. Maybe nobody would notice. He doubted X-ray could see it. "No, it's too long and thin to be a shotgun shell," said Magnet. "It's probably just a piece of junk," said Stanley. "Well, I'll show it to Mom," said X-ray. "See what he thinks. Who knows, maybe I'll get the day off." "Your hole's almost finished," said Stanley. "Yeah, so?" Stanley raised and lowered his shoulder. "So why don't you wait until tomorrow to show it to Mom?" he suggested. "You could pretend you found it first thing in the morning. Then you can take the whole day off instead of just an hour or so this afternoon." X-ray smiled.
Hey, Queen Mom, how's it going?
He dropped the tube into his large pocket on the right leg of his dirty orange pants. Stanley returned to his hole. When the water truck came, Stanley started to take his place at the end of the line, but X-ray
That's what's
told him
up.
to get
Glad you
in front of Zero.
came back in.
Stanley moved up one place in line.
How was your Mother's Day?
Did Marcellus die for real? Or is he taking a break? He might be taking a break. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I put in. I was like, be right back.
Oh, I got you.
The food guy here. So,
Ooh, food sounds really good.
of course it does. You just got through smoking.
Fuck you. I always have the monkeys.
Right.
Chad.
It was good.
Chapter 14.
Took your grandma to Texas Roadhouse.
That night,
Oh,
as Stanley lay
I love
on his
Texas
scratchy and
Roadhouse.
smelly cot, he tried to figure
They're
out
starting to
what he
get
could have done
expensive, but I
differently.
love Texas
But there was
Roadhouse.
nothing he could do. For once in his unlucky life, he was in the right place, at the right time, and it still didn't help him. "You got it?" he asked X-ray the next morning, at breakfast. X-ray looked at him with half-opened eyes, behind his dirty glasses.
Yay.
"I don't know what you're talking about," he grumbled. "You know," said Stanley. "No, I don't know," X-ray snapped. "So just leave me alone, okay? I don't want to talk to you." Stanley didn't say another word. Mr. Sir marched the boys out to the lake, chewing sunflower seeds along the way and spitting out the shells. He scraped the ground with his boot heel to mark where each boy was supposed to dig.
Hey, Mr. No Pants is back alive. Yay. Sorry.
Yay! There's like 2 pages of this chapter, and then I'll get some food mushy. Stanley stamped down on the back of the blade of the shovel, piercing the hard, dry earth. He couldn't figure out why X-ray had snapped at him. If he wasn't going to produce the tube, then why did he make Stanley give it to him? Was he just going to keep it? The tube was gold in color, but Stanley didn't think it was real gold. The water truck came a little after sunrise. Stanley finished his last drop of water and stepped out of his hole. At this time of day, Stanley sometimes could see some distant hills or mountains on the other side of the lake. They were only visible for a short while, and then it would soon disappear behind the haze of the heat and dirt. The truck stopped, and the dust cloud drifted past it. X-Ray took his place at the front of the line. Mr. Pendanski filled his canteen.
Help
Thanks,
me.
Mom. Thanks, Mom, X-Ray said. He didn't mention the tube. Mr. Pendanski filled all the canteens and then climbed back into the cab of the pickup. He still had to bring water to Group E. Stanley could see them digging about 200 yards away. Mr. Pendanski, X-Ray shouted from his hole. Wait, Mr. Pendanski, I think I might have found something. The boys all followed Mr. Pendanski as he walked over to X-Ray's hole. Stanley could see the gold tube sticking out of some dirt on the end of X-Ray's shovel. Mr. Pendanski examined it and took a long look at its flat bottom. Oh, I think the warden is going to like this.
Flat bottom.
Shut up!
Pancake ass.
Not the pancake ass!
And no, Marianne, that was me talking, not him. I whispered, help me.
Does X-Ray get the day off? Asked Squid. Just keep digging until someone says otherwise, Mr. Pendanski said. Then he smiled. But if I were you, Rex, I wouldn't dig too hard.
Wait, didn't I just click yes?
Dust move across the lake to the cabin beneath the trees.
Did I click yes?
We're just going to have to wait.
I could have sworn I just clicked yes.
For the pickup to return, Mr. Pendanski stepped out of the cab. A tall woman with red hair stepped out of the passenger side. She looked even taller than he.
Did I not click yes?
Taller than she was, since Stanley was down in his hole. She wore a black cowboy hat, black cowboy boots, which were studded with turquoise stones. The sleeves on her shirt were rolled up, and her arms were covered with freckles, as was her face. She walked right up to X-Ray. This where you found it? Yes, ma'am.
I feel like I
Your
clicked
good work
yes
will
and
be
they
rewarded.
said it was
She
wrong.
turned to Mr. Pendanski. Drive X-Ray back to camp. Let him take a double shower and give him some clean clothes. But first, I want you to fill everyone's canteens. I just filled them a little while ago, said Mr. Pendanski. The warden stared hard at him. Excuse me.
I swear to God, that's some
she said.
bullshit.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Her voice was soft. I just filled them when Rex... Excuse me, the warden said again. Did I ask you when you
Fuck
last
you mean
filled
there
them?
was nothing happening?
No, but it's just...
Mr. No Pants was there.
Mr. Pendanski stopped talking. The warden wiggled her finger for him to come to her. It's hot, and it's only going to get hotter.
He does not count as an anomaly?
Hard. Don't you think it might be possible that they might have taken a drink since you last filled their canteens? Mr. Pendanski.
Oh, nah, that's a bull. That no.
Turned to Stanley. Caveman, will you come here, please? Stanley was surprised she knew his name. He had never even seen her. Until she stepped out of the truck, he didn't even know the warden was a woman. He nervously went toward her. Mr. Pendanski and I have been having a discussion. Have you taken a drink since Mr. Pendanski last filled your canteen? Stanley didn't.
I want to pick it up.
I
want to pick it up. Well, I guess we
don't
don't have to worry about Mr. No Pants.
Excuse me? He stopped. Yeah, I drank some.
That didn't make sense
canteen,
whatsoever.
Stanley handed it to her. Her fingernails were painted dark red. She gently took the canteen, letting the water swish inside the plastic container. Do you hear the empty spaces? She asked. Yes, said Mr. Pendanski. Then fill it, she said. And next time I tell you to do something, I expect you to do it without questioning my authority. If it's too much for you to fill my canteen, or fill a canteen, I'll give you a shovel. You can dig the hole, and then Caveman can fill your canteen. She turned back to Stanley. I don't think that would be too much trouble for you, would it? No, said Stanley. So, what will it be? She asked Mr. Pendanski. Do you want to fill the canteens or do you want to dig? I'll fill the canteens, said Mr. Pandansky. Thank you. Alright, that's the end of 14. I'm gonna go heat up some food real quick. I shall be back.
Alright, bet.
Don't die while I'm gone.
No promises. That makes no fucking sense. How was he not an anomaly? Okay, the gun's still there. Howdy doody. The fuck is that noise? Oh shit!
Oh
Nope. I'm alive. I'm alive. I made it. I made it. Marianne, you're right. Nope. There's no run button, no nothing. This some bullshit. What the fuck?
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Oh, no, okay.
Don't mind me, I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse
Marianne, I did press the button. I clicked yes. But that didn't count as an anomaly, I guess. Just like Mr. No Pants. Well, see, Marianne, you can't it won't let you go through the exit or to the next room if you don't click the button. Because once you click it, then it opens up the room to go back to the main lobby. But it said there was no active anomalies, and I clicked yes. What are the credits? Because I'm gonna fight these. I'm gonna fight the people.
Fight the man. Fight the peoples.
No anomaly, no fright, but you invented one tonight. That makes no sense. What you eating?
Oh, I get it. No anomalies, no fright. You're not gonna get scared. You invented one. You probably like saying you may think there's an anomaly, and then get fucked over.
Oh no, I saw him. I saw him walking.
Like
and
if you get it wrong, I mean, is probably what it meant.
I saw both of them, and they was like, "Nope, you're wrong." Like, you full of shit. So I guess Mr. No Pants is not an anomaly. That's some bullshit. Alright, well, it's the first one. I'm going to just go click, go straight through it.
It was like 11 something last night when I finished the paper.
That was Mr. No Pants' brother, cousin, half pants. Oh, Mary. But no, Marianne, you see, I can't go nowhere else without clicking a button. So I have to click a button. Some bullshit. That's what it is, honestly. All right, so what's everybody's plans for the rest of the week? What's going on, chat? I'm trying to clear our minds because this shit's got us going crazy. I'm going to be hearing shit and looking for shit later on tonight.
That's okay. I get done eating, I'll read you some more holes.
Yeah. We're going to get some more holes from Serena.
Hell yeah. Serena digs all the holes.
Now that's cool. You can dig them, I feel them.
Hell no.
Oh, Mr. No Pants is dead. That was easy. Alright, Sab, you're playing Oblivion Remake? Huh. How is that? I've been seeing a lot of people playing that. And I never actually got into it. So it looked decent. Not gonna lie.
Of course.
And Shaka said Friday you go to your oldest niece's graduation. Hey, congratulations. So Cheyenne's graduating, huh? That's so nice. Did you tell her it's nothing but downhill from here?
No, it only gets worse.
I saw a meme on Facebook the other day, and I swear to God, it could not describe what's going on in life better. It said, paying taxes is your yearly subscription to living,
I swear to
and
God.
childhood was your free trial.
Damn. Damn.
Now that you think about it, right?
You get like an 18-year free trial, and then once you turn 18, it's like, nah, you gotta start getting
Yep.
jobs and doing shit, paying money.
What she get her master's degree in? That's good though, cause she's pretty young to get a master's degree. Phoenix said, "I don't want to renew this subscription."
I know, right? Can I cancel mine, please?
I wish I could. Be like, nope. I 0 stars. Do not recommend. Criminal Justice. Okay.
Oh, a master's in criminal justice? That's badass.
Right, and she's what, 20 something?
Damn. Real world shit.
Motherfucker! We finna die, y'all. Figure out how to do this shit. So, let's see. We're gonna try the look down method.
Okay.
I'm just just not gonna move. What up, Blake? Welcome in, my friend.
Maybe it's like a T-Rex. If you don't move, he can't see you.
Right. She's 23. She'll be 24 this summer, and she's getting a master's in criminal justice.
Wow.
It say, does it make a difference if you don't move? I'm gonna hope not. You know what?
We're gonna find out.
Ha! I didn't look up. I didn't move. I waited for the door to open. Now watch. I did that and watch it be like, yep, nothing was wrong. Phoenix says, so what did you end up eating, Serena?
Oh my gosh. I had leftovers from yesterday. It was chicken Alfredo and then some homemade garlic bread that I did. It was fire. Oh my god, I feel so much better.
All right, it worked.
Hell yeah. Well,
What do you mean?
there's
Phoenix,
the
what do you mean? What's our handle? You uninstalled favorited. So,
It's Melon the Hobbit.
well, she uninstalled favorited. So,
Oh, damn. Maybe she's gonna reinstall it for me.
no, she's not on Twitch. I'm streaming to Twitch, YouTube, and favorited right now.
That's crazy. That sounds like a lot of work.
It's actually a lot easier. I just hit 2 buttons.
Damn.
My OBS, until I figured out how to hook in favorited to this OBS,
Uh-huh.
I just hit start stream on my OBS. That's YouTube and Twitch, and then start live on favorited. That's the 2 buttons I hit.
Really? Huh.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure all that out. We're gonna have to get me a setup going.
All right. So now we don't have to deal with the fucking mannequin bitch. That's all I was worried about. Okay.
Alright. Are we ready for more holes?
I'm always ready for more holes.
Alright. Chapter 15.
Rebel,
Mr. Pendanski
you know you can help you out. Set that up.
The warden got out a
Only press
pitchfork
one
from the back
button.
of the pickup. She poked it through dirt piles.
Well,
and
actually,
then
Rebel,
by the-
favorited is
After you
a
extract,
newer
I want
app,
you to bring back
so they
3
haven't
wheelbarrows.
completely integrated into
After you got
OBS
in the
yet.
back- or got
They
in the
have their own little
back,
studio
pulled
thing to
away,
set up.
leaned out the wide
So once
window and
they,
waved.
uh,
Zero, said the warden. I want
once
you to
they,
take
I
over
guess,
X-Ray's hole.
get the links and
She seemed
everything
to know that
together,
Zero was the fastest
they
way.
should be able to do it
Armpit
in
and
one
Squid,
button.
you will keep digging where you have been, she said, but you're each going to have a helper. Zigzag, you
Was
help
there blood
Armpit.
on the bed?
Magnet will help Squid.
Nope.
Caveman, you'll work with Zero.
That bed was dirty like...
We're going to dig the dirt twice. Zero will dig it out of the hole, and Caveman will carefully shovel it into a wheelbarrow.
Alright.
Zigzag will do the same for Armpit, and the same with Magnet and Squid. We don't want to miss anything. If either of you find something, you'll both get the rest of the day off, and a double shower. When the wheelbarrows are full, you are to dump them away from this area, as we don't want any dirt
BLS
piles to get in the way.
blank.
The warden remained at the site for a remainder of the day, along with Mr. Pendanski and Mr. Sir, who showed up after a while. Occasionally, Mr. Sir would leave to take water to the other groups of campers, but otherwise he and the water truck stayed parked there. The warden saw to it that nobody in Group D was ever thirsty.
Okay, other than the
Stanley did
B,
as he was told. He
I feel like
carefully
everything
looked
is the
through all
same.
the dirt dug up by Zero as he shoveled it into a wheelbarrow, though he knew he wouldn't
I'm gonna
find
click
anything.
no because I think the B was always there.
It was easier than digging his own hole. When the wheelbarrow was full, he took it a good distance away before dumping it.
We'll see.
The warden
If that
couldn't
B
keep
was
still,
supposed to be an
kept
A.
walking around, looking over the boys' shoulders, and sticking her pitchfork through the dirt piles. "You're doing fine, just fine," she told Stanley. After a while, she told the boys to switch places,
Nope.
so that
We
Stanley,
was right.
Zigzag, and Magnet dug in the holes, and Zero, Armpit, and Squid shoveled and excavated the dirt into the wheelbarrows. After lunch, Zero took over digging again, and Stanley returned to the wheelbarrow. "There's no hurry," the warden said several times. "The main thing is not to miss anything." The boys dug until each hole was well over 6 feet deep and 6 feet deep and wide. Still, it was easier for 2 boys to dig a 6-foot hole than it was for 1 boy to dig a 5-foot hole. "All right, that's enough for today," the warden said. "I've waited this long, I can wait another day."
You're not
Miss-
dumb, Mushy. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay.
No, Mushy, you're not dumb. Mr. Sir drove her back to her cabin. "I wonder how she knew all our names," Stanley said as he walked back to the cabin. "She watches us all the time," said Zigzag. "She's got hidden microphones and cameras all over the place. In the tents, the rec room, the shower." "The
Is it-
shower?" asked Stanley. He wondered if Zigzag was just being paranoid. "The cameras are tiny," said Armpit.
Howdy
"No bigger
doody.
than the toenail on your little toe." Stanley had his doubts about that. He didn't think they could make cameras that small. Microphones, maybe. He realized that's why X-Ray didn't want to talk to him about the gold tube at breakfast. X-Ray was afraid the warden might have been listening. One thing
Alright.
was certain. They weren't just digging to build character. They were definitely looking for something. And whatever they were looking for, they were looking in the wrong place. Stanley gazed out across the lake, toward the spot where he had been digging yesterday, where he found the gold tube. He dug the
Everything
hole
looks
into
the
his memory. Jake still in here too?
Everything looks the same.
Hell yeah. Mushy, no you're not. You know you're not.
Alright, everything looks the same, y'all.
16. As Stanley entered
I'ma
the rec
click
room,
no.
he could hear X-Ray's voice from all the way across the room. "See what I'm saying?" X-Ray said. "Am I right or am I right?" The other bodies in the room were little more than bags of flesh and bones, dumped across the broken chairs and couches. X-Ray was full of life, laughing and waving his arms around as he talked. "Yo, caveman, my man," he called out. Stanley made his way across the room. "Hey, slide over, Squid," said X-Ray. "Make room for the caveman."
Okay, something was wrong
Stanley
there.
crashed on the couch. He had looked for a hidden camera in the shower.
The
He hadn't
rug
seen
was
anything. He
shrinking.
knew the warden hadn't either. "What's the matter?" asked X-Ray. "You guys tired or something?" He laughed.
I didn't even notice the fucking
"Keep
rug.
it down, will you?" groaned Zigzag. "I'm trying to watch TV." Stanley glanced uncertainly at Zigzag, who was staring very intently at the busted television screen. The warden greeted the boys at breakfast the next morning and went with them to the holes. 4 dug in the holes and 3 tended to the wheelbarrows.
Hey, well, we
"Glad
got
you're
one
here,
more
X-Ray,"
shot.
she said to him. "We need your sharp eyes." Stanley spent more time pushing the wheelbarrow than digging, because he was such a slow digger. He carted away the excess dirt and dumped it into previously dug holes. He was careful not to dump any of it in the hole where the gold tube was actually found. He could still see the tube in his mind. It seemed so familiar, but
I don't even know what
he thought
rug.
that it might have been the lid to a fancy gold pen. KB could have been the initials of a famous author. The only famous authors he could think of were Charles Dickens, William Shakespeare, and Mark Twain. Besides, it didn't really look like the time of a pen. By lunchtime, the warden was beginning to lose her patience. She'd made them eat quickly so they could get back to work. "If you can't get them to work any faster," she told Mr. Sir, "then you're going to have to climb down there and dig with them." After that, everyone worked faster, especially when Mr. Sir was watching them. Stanley practically ran when he pushed his wheelbarrow. Mr. Sir reminded them that they weren't Girl Scouts. He didn't quit digging until after every other group had They didn't quit digging until after every other group had finished. Later, as Stanley sat sprawled across an understuffed chair, he tried to think of a way to tell the warden where the tube was really found without getting himself or X-Ray in trouble. It didn't seem possible. He even thought about sneaking out at night and digging in that hole by himself. But that's the last thing he wanted to do after digging all day was to figure out
Okay,
what to do. Besides, the shovels were locked up at night,
the fact that it
presumably
said
so
the
they
rug
couldn't be
was
used as
shrinking.
weapons.
Now
Mr.
it's got me
Pendanski entered the rec room.
paranoid.
Stanley, he called as he made his way to him. His name's Caveman, said X-Ray. I know, Jake, the Girl Scout thing cracks me up. Stanley, said Mr. Pendanski. My name's Caveman, said Stanley. Well, I have a letter here for someone named Stanley Yelnats, said Mr. Pendanski. He turned over an envelope in his hands. It doesn't say Caveman anywhere. Thanks, Stanley said, staking it. It was from his mother. Who's it from? Squid asked. Your mother?
I guess I'm gonna
Stanley
just
put
click
it
no
in the
on
big
this one.
pocket of his pants. Aren't you going to read it to us? Asked Armpit. Give him some space, said X-Ray. If Caveman doesn't want to read it to us, he doesn't have to. It's probably from his girlfriend. Stanley smiled. He read it later, after the other boys had gone to dinner. Dear Stanley, it was wonderful to hear from you. Your letter made me feel like one of the other moms who can afford to send their kids to summer camp. I know it's not the same, but I'm very proud of you for trying to make the best of a bad situation. Who knows? Maybe something good will come of this. Your father thinks he is real close to a breakthrough on his sneaker project. I hope so. The landlord is threatening to evict us because of the odor. I feel sorry for the little old lady who lived in a shoe. It must have smelled awful. Love from both of us. What's so funny? Zero asked. It startled him. He thought Zero had gone to dinner with the others. Nothing. Just something my mom wrote. What'd she say? Zero asked. Nothing. Oh, sorry, said Zero. Well, see, my dad is trying to invent a new way to recycle old sneakers, so the apartment kind of smells bad because he's always cooking these old sneakers. So anyway, in the letter, my mom said she felt sorry for the little old lady who lived in a
All
shoe.
right, we
You
did
know,
good. We
'cause it
did
must
good,
have
chat.
smelled bad
We
in
did
there.
good.
Zero stared blankly at him. You know, the nursery rhyme? Zero said nothing. You've heard the nursery rhyme about the little old lady who lived in a shoe?
See, look, there's Mr.
No.
No Pants again.
Stanley was amazed. How does it go? Asked Zero. Didn't you ever watch Sesame Street? Stanley asked. Zero stared blankly. Stanley headed on to dinner. He would have felt pretty silly reciting nursery rhymes at Camp Green.
Bro! I'm gonna need
17.
5 feet. 5 feet, bruh.
For the next week
5.
and a half, the boys continued to dig in and around the area where X-Ray had supposedly divided X-Ray's hole as Armpit and Squid had been digging, until the fourth day when all three holes met and formed one big hole. As the days wore on, the warden became less and less patient. She arrived later
So
in
I
the
guess I
morning,
need to
left
keep my
early,
eye
and
on
left
him.
Meanwhile, the boys continued to dig later and later.
Which is
This is no
bullshit.
bigger than
Because
the
when I
holes where
clicked,
left you yesterday,
when I saw him
he said after arriving
the
home
other
that
game,
evening, well after
it said there was nothing there.
What have you been doing down there? Nothing, said Squid. It was the wrong
I'm not wearing pants either.
At just that moment,
I don't know why
Armpit
he's going after
returned
me.
from a bathroom break. How nice of you to join us, she said. And what have you been doing? I had to, go. The
Alright,
warden
y'all.
jabbed at
I'm going to run it one more time.
knocking him backward into the big hole. The pitchfork left 3 holes in the front of his shirt, and there were 3 tiny spots of blood. You're giving these boys too much water, the warden told Mr. Pendanski. They continued to dig until late afternoon, long after all the other groups had finished for the day. Stanley was down in the big hole along with the other 6 boys. They had stopped using the wheelbarrows. He dug his shovel into the side of the hole, scooped up some dirt, and was raising it to the surface when Zigzag's shovel caught him in the side of the head. He collapsed, He wasn't sure if he passed out or not, but he looked up to see Zigzag's wild head staring down at him. I ain't digging that dirt up. That's your dirt, said Zigzag. Hey, Mom, Magnet called. Caveman's been hurt. Stanley brought his fingers up to the side of his neck. He felt his wet blood and a pretty big gash just below his ear. Magnet helped Stanley to his feet and then up and out of the hole. Mr. Sir
You know what,
made a
let's...
bandage out of a piece of his sack of sunflower seeds and taped it over Stanley's wound. Then he told him to get back to work. It isn't nap time. When Stanley returned to the hole, Zigzag was waiting for him. That's your dirt, Zigzag said. You have to dig it up. It's covering my dirt. Stanley felt a little dizzy. He could see a small pile of dirt. It took him a moment to realize that it was the dirt which had been on his shovel when he was hit. He scooped it up, then Zigzag dug his shovel into the ground underneath where Stanley's dirt had been. The next morning, Mr. Sir marched the boys to another section of the lake, and each boy dug his own hole, 5 feet deep and 5 feet wide. Stanley was glad to be away from the big hole. At least now he knew just how much he had to dig for the day, and it was a relief not to have
Alright,
other
no
shovels
mannequin,
swinging past
so...
his face. The warden. He dug his shovel into the dirt and slowly turned the dump into a pile.
Now I gotta fucking pay attention to see if the rug is shrinking.
Smooth and slow. If he jerked too quickly, he felt the throbbing pain just above his neck where Zigzag's shovel had hit him. That part of his head, between his neck and ear, was considerably swollen. There were no mirrors in camp, but he imagined he looked like he had a hard-boiled egg sticking out of him. The remainder of his body hardly hurt at all. His muscles had strengthened, and his hands were tough and calloused. But he was still the slowest digger, but not all that much slower than Magnet. Less than 30 minutes after Magnet returned to camp, Stanley spat into his hole. After his shower, he put his dirty clothes in his crate and got out his box of stationery.
You know, I think one of them, I didn't hear any lightning.
So Squid and the other boys wouldn't make fun of him for writing to his mother. Dear Mom and Dad, camp is hard, but challenging. We've been running obstacle courses and have to swim long distances on the lake. Tomorrow, we learn... He stopped writing as Zero walked into the tent, then returned to his letter. He didn't care what Zero thought. Zero was nobody.
So we're gonna go with no for that one. I didn't see anything.
That sounds scary, but don't worry. Zero was standing beside him now, watching him write.
Unless the lightning was...
He felt his neck throb. I don't like it when you read over my shoulder, okay? Zero said nothing.
Because I don't remember hearing lightning when we went through it the first
Not all
time.
fun and games here, but I think I'm getting a lot out of it. It builds character. The other boys... I don't know how, said Zero. What? Can you teach me? Stanley didn't know what he was talking about. Teach you what? To rock climb? Zero stared at him with penetrating eyes. What? Said Stanley. He was hot, tired, and sore. I want to learn to read and write, said Zero. Stanley let out a short laugh. He wasn't laughing at Zero.
All right.
He was just surprised. After all this time, he thought Zero was reading over his shoulder. Sorry, he said. I don't know how to teach. After digging all day, he didn't have the strength to try to teach Zero how to read and write. He needed to save his energy for the people he counted. You don't have to teach me to write, said Zero, just to read. I don't have anybody to write to. Sorry, Stanley said again. His muscles and hands weren't the only parts of his body that had toughened over the past several weeks. His heart had hardened as well. He finished his letter. He barely had enough moisture in his mouth to seal and stamp the envelope. It seemed that no matter how much water he drank, he was always thirsty. The Truman Show. It's literally just piano music I've found on YouTube. I like to, when I read, I like piano music. I've always been that way.
Let me out, 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 let me out!
19. He was awakened one night by a strange noise. At
Fuck
first,
yeah, I
he
did!
thought it might have been some kind of animal, and it frightened him. But as the sleep cleared from his head, he realized that the noise was coming from the cot next to him. Squid was crying. You okay? Stanley whispered. Squid's head jerked around. He sniffed and caught his breath. Yeah, I'm fine, he whispered. Sniffed again. In the morning, Stanley asked Squid if he was feeling better. What are you, my mother? Asked Squid. Stanley raised and lowered one shoulder. I got allergies, okay? Squid said. Okay, said Stanley.
Okay, the
You
lights
open your
are
mouth
off.
again and I'll break your jaw. Stanley kept his mouth shut most of the time. He didn't talk too much to any of the boys, afraid that he might say the wrong thing. They called him caveman and all that, but he still couldn't forget that they were dangerous too. They were all here for a reason. And as Mr. Sir would say, this wasn't Girl Scout camp. Stanley was thankful that there was no racial problems. X-Ray, Armpit, and Zero were black. He, Squid, and Zigzag were white. Magnet was Hispanic. On the lake, they were all the same reddish-brown color, the color of dirt. He looked up from his hole to see the water truck and its trailing dust cloud. His canteen was almost a quarter full. He quickly drank it down, then took his place in line, behind Magnet, in front of Zero. The air was thick with heat, dust, and exhaust fumes. Mr. Sir filled their canteens. The truck pulled away.
Hey,
Stanley was
welcome
back in his
in
hole, shovel in hand, when he heard Magnet
Heighton,
call out,
whatever.
Anybody want
Welcome
some
to
sunflower
Banhala.
seeds? Magnet was standing at ground level, holding a sack of seeds. He popped a handful into his mouth, chewed and swallowed, shells and all. Over here, called X-Ray. The sack looked to be about half full. Magnet rolled up the top and tossed it to X-Ray. How did you get those without Mr. Sir seeing you? Asked Armpit. Can't help it, Magnet said. He held up both hands, wiggled his fingers, and laughed. My fingers are like little magnets. Mr. Sir, girly girl can't be waving. Oh, Lord.
Okay. I don't see
The
anything.
sack went from X-Ray to Armpit to Squid. It's sure good to eat something that doesn't come from a can, said Armpit. Squid tossed the sack to
Alright,
Zigzag.
I'm gonna click no.
Stanley knew it would come to him next. He didn't even want it.
Nothing
The
really
moment
happened,
Magnet shouted,
Marianne.
Anybody want some
I had to
sunflower
start over.
seeds? He knew there would be trouble. Mr. Sir
Mr.
would
No
never
Pants
come
killed
back.
me.
And anyway,
That's the
all
last
shells
thing.
would only
I'm
make
pretty
it.
sure you saw that.
Coming your way, caveman. Air, mail, and special deliveries. It was unclear whether the seeds spilled before they got to Stanley or after he dropped the bag. It seemed to him that Zigzag hadn't rolled up the top before throwing it, and that was the reason he didn't catch it.
Alright.
It all
I was
happened
right. There
very
was nothing wrong
fast.
with it.
One moment the sack was flying through the air, the next thing Stanley knew, the sack was in his hole and the seeds were spilled across the dirt. Oh, man, said Magnet. Sorry, Stanley said as he tried to sweep the seeds back into the sack. I don't want to eat dirt, said X-Ray. Stanley didn't know what to do. The truck's coming, shouted Zigzag. Stanley looked up at the approaching dust cloud and then back down at the spilled seeds. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. What else is new? He dug his shovel into the hole and tried to turn over the dirt and bury the seeds. What
It's
he should have
dark
done,
again.
he realized later, was knock one of his dirt piles back into the hole. But the idea of putting dirt into his hole was unthinkable. Hello, Mr. Sir, said X-Ray. Back
I don't
so
like it.
soon?
I don't like this.
Seems like you were just here, said Armpit. Time flies when you're having fun, said Magnet. Stanley continued to turn the dirt over in his hole. You Girl Scouts having a good time? Asked Mr. Sir. He moved from one hole to another, kicked up a dirt pile, He kicked a dirt pile by Magnet's hole and then moved towards Stanley. Stanley could see 2 seeds at the bottom of his hole. As he tried to cover them up, he unearthed a corner of the sack. "Well, what do you know, caveman?" said Mr. Sir, standing over him. "Looks like you found something." Stanley didn't know what to do. "Dig it out," Mr. Sir said. "We'll take it to the warden. Maybe she'll give you the rest of the day off." "It's not anything," Stanley muttered. "Let me be the judge of that," said Mr. Sir. Stanley reached down and pulled up the empty burlap sack. He tried to hand it to Mr. Sir, but he wouldn't take it. "So tell me, caveman," said Mr. Sir, "how did my sack of sunflower seeds get in your hole?" "I stole it from your truck." "You did?" "Yes, Mr. Sir." "And what happened to all the sunflower seeds?" "I ate them." "By yourself?" "Yes, Mr. Sir."
Okay,
"Hey,
there's nothing wrong with this
caveman!"
one either.
shouted Armpit. "How come you didn't share any with us?" That's cold, man, said X-Ray. "I thought you were our friend," said Magnet. Mr. Sir looked around from one boy to another and then back to Stanley. "We'll see what the warden has to say about this. Let's go." Stanley climbed out of his
I don't see
hole
nothing
and
going
followed
on
Mr.
that one
Sir to
either.
the truck. He still held the empty sack. Felt good to sit inside of the truck, out of the direct rays of the sun. Stanley was surprised he could feel good about anything at the moment, but he did. Felt good to sit down on the comfortable seat for a change. And as the truck bounced along the dirt, he was able to appreciate the air blowing through the open window onto his hot and sweaty face. "Mushy, you still awake?" "I think it's about time for bed." We're on chapter 20. If they were made it to a good stopping point. And it's a cliffhanger. So that means you guys have to come back Wednesday to find out what happens with the warden. Yeah.
That wooden's gonna get all up in Stanley's holes for
Yeah. The
taking
warden
those sunflower seeds.
say yeah. Get us all in his holes. I can't wait for Mr. Moore to hop in the chat and be like, "Oh my god, what did I miss?" I'm like, you missed a lot of holes and digging holes and filling holes. And then the hot warden came out and she was trying to touch Stanley's hole and it was...
And Stanley was stroking the shaft and everything.
Yeah, he was stroking the shaft and they had a camera in his shower and all kinds of shit. You hear that, Jake? We're doing reading Wednesday night. Because I got practice tomorrow, so I'm going to come home and just go straight to bed.
Hey, Mr. No Pants.
Mr. No Pants? Wait, how many times have you tried that?
You don't want to know. Because last time Mr. No Pants killed me.
Oh, that's tragic. I thought Mr. No Pants wasn't an anomaly.
So did I.
That's crazy.
And I don't even know where the fuck he is right now.
I know. I'm about to smoke my bedtime smoke. And I gotta let my freaking...
Ah! There he is!
Mr. No Pants?
Yeah, I'm gonna just keep my eye on you, buddy. Yeah, you just stay the fuck over there. Aha! Aha! What the fuck?! I was out the room already!
I told you, going into that freaking dark, scary room. I knew there was going to be something scary in there at some point.
See, with him, you got to keep your eye on him. As soon as you turn around, he'll be right behind you. So you'll hear him breathing in the back of your neck, and you got to turn around.
Oh, that's tragic.
Marianne, I was walking, but I was walking backwards, and he got me. But you guys, I think I'm going to call it here. It's been 3 hours. That's a good stopping point. We are definitely going to come back and visit this damn cabin because I am bound and determined to beat this damn cabin. So, I appreciate all you guys for showing up and showing out as always. I want to thank the wonderful Melon Hobbit, aka Serena Black, for entertaining us with the wonderful holes.
Thanks for tuning in and making it way more sexual than it needed to be. I plan on reading again Wednesday, so you can come make it sexual again.
Oh, trust me, I always will. But yeah, so with that being said, this is your gracious ruler and host and one half of NGW's Tag Team Champions, telling everyone to have a good night. And in the famous words of James A. Janice, be good people. I will catch you all in the next one. Deuces. All right.
On the screen, Marcellus in the ring. Survival games, hardcore, each match a vital thing. Bat signal in the sky, he embodies the
Rebel
night.
sent me a
Pro
DM.
wrestler, Batman, love, I fear his might. Surviving day and night, Nightfall takes the crown. Installment 7 days, no one's bringing him down. Marcellus in the cage, taking foes to the ground. When night falls on the scene, you know badass is the sound.
Yeah.